experienced guys that they've had time to physically fill out, to develop, to learn the scheme, to build cohesion and chemistry together. And Defiance has that, and most of Rio's opponents are going to have that. Rio doesn't have that. You look at Rio's too deep; it's all freshmen and sophomores. And Rio did not have spring practice this year, and it's just been together for about 3 to 4 weeks heading into this game. So, really challenging to put a football team together with that little time, first of all, and then also not having any film against any other competition where you can really test yourself against them. So I think it's a really big challenge for Rio to come together today. I think the key just have to be flying around, 100% effort no matter what. Even if you're wrong, you're still flying around full speed.
And you touched on it, and we're going to hear from Coach Thurston. We're going to hear from University of Rio Grande President Rio Smith here in just a moment. And the energy, the effort, those are the things that Coach Thurston wants to see from his team today, and we're going to let him talk a little that as we look at the game ball presentation here from Alumni Stadium, as President Smith, the head official for today's game, and the whole game ball presentation occurs. Both teams are on the field doing pregame. The University of Rio Grande out here in their red jerseys, blue pants. We're going to get to all that here in just a moment. But Todd, the stage is set. The energy is electric. People are pouring in, and they're fans from all over Ohio, all over from the region even, making their way to Alumni Stadium today for the first time as the University of Rio Grande Red Storm takes the field for the first time in 76 seasons.
Been a long 76 years.
A long 76 years here, man. So as we look ahead here today, I want to go ahead and look at a couple of names here with you, Todd, and then we're going to get to our first break that are going to lead this Red Storm offense. That's been a big question for fans around the region. So let's go ahead and throw a name or two at the fans before we get to our first break that we can expect to see highlight this Red Storm offense today. First of all, I will start with the freshman quarterback, number 5, Aiden Ludoff, who comes in out of here from Martins Ferry, Ohio. Very athletic, very mobile. And then I'm going to throw another name at you. I think we'll hear time and time again today, and that is the
back in the locker room now. That's the message right now. Guys, extreme effort from the opening kickoff. Every single play, we give everything we have. We leave it all on the field.
You give yourself a chance if you do those two things, and we are just moments away here from kickoff. We're going to get to our first break. We're going to step aside for 3 minutes. When we return, we're going to get to that interview with head coach Mark Thurston and University of Rio Grande President Ryan Smith here in just a moment. You're listening to Rio Grande Red Storm football on Mix 96.7 WKOV.
At the University of Rio Grande, it's about more than just sports. It's a community built on drive, heart, and Red Storm spirit. Whether the lights are on at Evan Davis Stadium or we're taking the court at New Oliver Arena, Rio student-athletes are built to compete. With over 25 men's, women's, and co-ed sports, including basketball, soccer, esports, cheer, and beginning this fall, football, Rio Grande is a place for every student-athlete to rise. Join the tradition, fuel the passion, be a part of the storm. Learn more today at RioRedStorm.com.
Test, test. Test, test, test.
It's the Total Media Sports Pregame Show with head football coach Mark Thurston, sponsored by Halter Health System.
Taking the time to join us on this historic day at Alumni Stadium is University of Rio Grande President Ryan Smith. President Smith, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
I'm happy to be here, excited for the day.
It's a historic day. I know people all across not only the state, but interstate, tri-state. We're all excited, looking forward to Red Storm football. So talk to me about that excitement and things building up to today. What inspired the decision to bring football back to Rio Grande, and particularly, why now?
Well, I think the origins of it from the time I arrived in 2019, we have expanded our athletic programs quite a bit.
Yes.
We had 17 then, we're up to 27 now. So football is obviously a bigger animal and a bigger bite when you start a program. It was a bigger decision. We had to kind of build into where we were. And talking to other presidents and ADs, I came to a pretty good comfort level that we could make this work in a positive way, even in the first year where you absorb a lot of upfront costs. So we were able to do that, and it solved some other problems. We had overcrowding in our fitness center, so when you bring in more football players, clearly you're going to have to create more space.
Sure.
So it kind of dovetailed well together there.
Right.
But it has made us think through a lot of different things. We had to make changes in our cafeteria with our growth in enrollment because of football and band and others. And yeah, it was a big decision, but we're excited to be here today.
It seems like it's been a process for you, and it's certainly one that the community is feeling the impact of already. What kind of impact do you foresee football providing to campus lifestyle and campus culture here at the University of Rio Grande?
Well, I think if you walk across campus this week, being our first week, you would see a huge difference in just the vibrancy of our campus. It is alive with people walking everywhere. Yeah. It's an exciting time. And other presidents and ADs told me, whether you agree with this or not, their observation was starting football kind of legitimizes your university.
Agreed.
And other students come that aren't playing football, maybe other athletes or non-athletes, because they want to be a part of a university that has football. So I think we've seen that for sure. I mean, the excitement has grown immensely.
Yeah.
And I think we're just in the very beginning stages.
I think you're exactly right. And you mentioned the student athletes and kind of the response you've heard from other presidents and athletic directors. What response have you gotten from students, maybe alumni, and just other members around the campus even?
It has been an exciting time. From the time we announced football, we joked about we kind of broke the internet because everybody shared it. It went far and wide. We're in football country.
Oh, absolutely.
And people love it, and I think it's creating a lot of great opportunities. And honestly, the excitement from the time we announced until today has not waned a bit. It's actually gotten bigger. I have so many people approach me in the community about, I'm so excited about football. I didn't even know they were football fans. And they can't wait to go to the game. So, I think it brings even more life to our community, and I'm excited for that.
The anticipation's starting to keep me up at night. We're all excited. How do you foresee the return of Rio football creating new opportunities for local student athletes, as you just kind of mentioned or hinted at?
So football and band kind of go hand in hand in this discussion, because I'm just as excited about having marching band. It's something we haven't had before. It brings a lot of opportunity. And what I've noticed, the students in our area and beyond, they want what I call the and proposition. They want to continue what they love and get an education.
Absolutely.
So this offers that opportunity, because there's just not a lot of chances in our area in the state to be able to go and walk on a team unless you're a superior athlete to some of these bigger schools. But this gives them an opportunity to continue to do what they love and play the sports that they love, and like I said, get a quality education. So we're seeing that, and I think it will only kind of grow from there.
Rumor has it that band's sounding pretty good too. I'm excited to hear the band at halftime here as well. This year, the University of Rio Grande will be calling Alumni Stadium home, and I hope I'm not looking too far ahead when I talk about the excitement of having football down on the farm and game day in Rio Grande. Is there a timetable for that, and what might that look like in the future?
There's, at this point, not a timetable. It's more dependent on raising the funds.
Okay.
And right now we're still in the middle of our locker room project, which will house our football team and men and women's soccer team and a visitors locker room. which is going to be at the end of where the football field will be, which is where the rugby field is.
Sure.
But when we raise those funds, we will host home games here. And I don't know timetable-wise. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out this or finalize this $3 million project with the locker room.
Sure.
And then turn our focus kind of that way as well.
Seems like a tall enough task. I'll step aside for your prioritization on that one. Here in a moment, we're going to have an opportunity to speak with head coach Mark Thurston, who's going to be leading this program in year one. Talk to me about the qualities and characteristics that you think he's going to bring to the helm for not only this group of players, but this group of young men taking the field for the Red Storm.
Sure. He's got loads of experience. He'll talk about that, and I think he's coached under some excellent coaches along the way. So he's learned a lot about how to do that, and also being a collegiate player at WVU. He's had great experience.
Sure.
But what we talked about when we interviewed everybody in the very beginning was culture. We want the right culture and setting the tone and making sure we get there. And I think Coach has done a really nice job with that. He's very adept at being firm with the players when he needs to, but giving them a hug when he needs to as well. But he's just not tolerating any nonsense.
Good.
And we're trying to make sure we tighten that up as much as possible, and he's done a very good job.
Sounds great. Building the culture from the inside out. Love it. Coach, or I'm sorry, President, one final question for you here. Do you have a message for maybe local student athletes who are considering the University of Rio Grande as their potential football home in the future? There's not a lot of messages out there to those kids at the moment.
Well, I think the easiest thing to say is come watch us play, right?
Yes.
Come watch the fun that happens. Come watch practice out here. It's here, and there's an opportunity for everybody. So get involved that way, but don't just stop at football. I mean, walk across our campus, get a sense of what's happening, come to other sporting events. There is such an exciting vibe that I think students locally haven't seen before, and if you want a college and university experience, this is the place you can get it at a really great price and a quality education. So give us a look. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
University of Rio Grande President Ryan Smith taking the time to join us here today. President Smith, thank you so much, and we will see you again at halftime.
Sounds great. Thank you.
And we are back after hearing from University of Rio Grande President Ryan Smith. Now we are joined by University of Rio Grande Red Storm head football coach Mark Thurston. Coach, thanks for taking the time out of a busy week to sit with us and talk some Rio football.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Coach, this is Rio's first football game in 74 seasons. What does this mean to you personally to be leading this team today?
Oh, man, I'm so excited. I mean, I'm blessed that they chose me to lead this program. Everybody's so excited. Everywhere I go, they just can't wait. So we just want to put out a really good product for the people in the community. But I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have this opportunity. So I'm trying to put a whole bunch of pressure on myself to get this win this weekend.
A whole lot of excitement in the community that you just mentioned as well. Can you talk about this journey to reinstating football at Rio Grande? What were some of the biggest challenges and milestones even leading up to game day today?
Challenges, man, just getting coaches, filling this roster. We are at 120. We started off at 26, then we end up at 120. So just getting this roster built was the biggest thing, and now it's just setting the culture. These young guys, we probably the youngest team in America with all these freshmen.
Sure.
We got at least 100 and something freshmen. So it's like I'm the kindergarten cop around here. So it's that's just the biggest thing, just setting the culture. And so much work for a first-time program for all of us, really, not just me, but all the coaches.
Sure. With no recent legacy to build on, how do you and your staff plan to try to go about establishing a culture and an identity for this team in such a limited time?
Just limit mistakes. Number one thing is play hard. We can fix the mistakes. That's our job as coaches. But we want to put out a product out there where these guys gonna play hard, and win, lose, or draw, people will be proud to say that's my team.
That's it. That's it. The Rio team will be comprised of mainly freshmen this year, as you mentioned. What qualities did you and your staff prioritize when you were wrangling this group of freshmen to help make up this roster?
Bigs.
Okay.
We want to get bigs. We got a couple skilled kids that we think can really help us, but you know, we want to get a lot of big guys. We've had some bad injuries and some guys ruled ineligible, so the guys we could and should have out there, they probably won't be out there. So we'll be a little bit less big and have a little bit more freshmen out there because we had some transfers that would really help us on the O-line that we really couldn't, and D-line. We got a all-conference kid that can't play this year because he's from the conference. So that's all. Just, you know, we really pride towards those guys getting real bigs because it's just hard. It's hard to get big guys anywhere.
Sure.
So, and we got a couple speed guys. You know, our secondary should surprise some people.
Yeah. You guys are big up front on the offensive side of the ball too, and we can get to all of those things here as well. What are your expectations for this inaugural season? Not just wins and losses, but overall program development.
That's a great word. Just develop these kids, and every single day, every practice. You know, just trying to get these guys 2% to 5% better. We got a couple bye weeks. We want to use those really well because, you know, we didn't have a spring ball. So we just now learning these kids these last 3 weeks. So just trying to set the tone of being just really disciplined. Attention to detail is our biggest thing, and my biggest thing is just, you know, helping these freshmen grow. They're so immature.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of stuff they just keep on repetitively just making the same mistakes, and just get them to try to have a growth mentality for our program. Look, you guys got to grow up at some point. So that's the biggest thing.
Overall development.
Yeah.
Let's talk some X's and O's here for just a moment. Who are some of the guys on the offensive side of the ball that you look to lead your team? I know we got freshman quarterback Aiden Ludolph at the helm on offense. Who are some guys around him you're expecting to lean on in the offense?
Michael Moore, speedster. We got Mylan Murray, another speedster. Young kid, last name Cartwright. He will be our running back. Just we got Cash, a tight end from Italy.
Yes.
Who's been a real outstanding surprise. So just getting those guys the ball and getting the ball out quick and just not turning the ball over.
Yep.
That's my biggest thing. Don't turn the ball over.
Okay. How about let's look to the defensive side of things. On the defensive side of the ball, and I know this is where your heart beats, you're a 4-3 shell, 2 high safeties. Who are some of the guys on the defensive side that you look to lead that unit in year one?
Well, depending on when this coming out, I don't want to.
Game day, 10 minutes to kick off.
Okay, well, no, we don't have a 3 high safety shell.
Hey, there we go.
We got our secondary going to be our strongest point. Roderick Moss, Robert Edwards, Nate Lopez. We got a transfer from Bowling Green, Dari at linebacker. We got about 3 6'2" corners. Wow. So we really going to look for them to make a lot of big plays out there.
Love it. All right, Coach, one more question for you. We'll let you get to game day. If Rio Grande football fans take away one thing from this team today in week 1, what do you hope that it is?
We play hard. Those guys play hard and they play smart, and just a real spiritual group, real intense, and really hopefully we don't make a lot of mistakes. That's our biggest thing. You know, cut down on mistakes. I know those guys not perfect. I know a lot of people gonna have the jitters. Hopefully we can get that out as quick as possible and just try to play the cleanest game we can play.
Coach, good luck to you today taking on the Yellow Jackets.
Thank you.
Head coach Mark Thurston joining us just moments before kickoff on the Holzer Health System pregame show.
from both teams for the coin toss.
Number 88 on the left side is William Kashili, 6 foot, 230-pound H-back tight end freshman, all the way from Italy, came all the way across the pond to play football at the University of Rio Grande. We love it. Also, alongside him is number 53 in the center. That's Isaiah McCory, 6 foot, 210-pound sophomore. And to the far right is number 1, sophomore Alan Payne, 5 foot 9, 160-pound speedster. For Defiance College, the captains as they approach midfield are number 0, Cooper Sloan, 6 foot, 190-pound senior. Captain number 2, number 1, Tawan Rome, 170 pounds, 5'11", wide receiver, and the captains representing the defensive side of the ball for Defiance are David Sidlicante, 6 foot 2, 250-pound senior at defensive tackle and defensive end. Number 44, Dominic Harris, 6 foot 2, 225 pounds. They're at midfield. Todd, it's happening. The University of Rio Grande is about to play football, and they are taking the field in their white helmets with red face masks. They've got the University of Rio Grande logo on the side of the helmet on each side. Red jerseys today with what we're calling Rio blue stripes. The sports information director, Randy Payton, said he believes Columbia blue is the official name, but we're stealing it for the day. It's University of Rio Grande blue, and the pants tell you everything you need to know. The University of Rio Grande blue pants as well, white socks, and an assortment of cleats that go along with this new bunch. And that paints the picture of the uniforms. Defiance all white uniforms as they stand at midfield and along the sidelines for kickoff at Alumni Stadium. Gold helmets, I believe purple stripes on the interior, white stripes on the outside, and they've got stripes on the jerseys and down the pants in the same purple and gold color. Looks like the coin toss has taken place, and while I was going through the description, Todd, I think I may have missed the pleasantries that were the coin toss. I'm going to need you to give me the result of the coin toss here, Todd.
You know what? I actually didn't catch it either.
Too much going on.
Right. There's so much.
Defiance won the toss and did defer. And it's about a little bit more than football. I think it's the first football game I've ever been to. I didn't catch the coin toss, boys and girls, but nonetheless, moments away from kickoff.
Can we talk about this crowd? Look at this.
They're still pouring in, but
they
yeah.
are already almost full on the home side, and there's a good representation from Defiance too. So much excitement here. Perfect day weather-wise. This is fun.
It's going to be an excellent day for football.
And let's call a spade a spade. If I played in college, and I remember if I'm a junior or a senior and I'm going to play a game against a team where nobody in the two deep is a junior or senior, it's all freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah.
Like, I'm expecting to push those guys around and have my way with them. And so, to me, you have to expect, it's human nature. That's Defiance's expectation coming into this game. And so, from Rio's perspective, kind of challenge your guys and say, this is what they expect to do. What are you going to do about it? Let's rise up and show who we are, show what we're made of, and shock some people in this opener.
And you very well may. And as the sounds from Alumni Stadium breathe air into the lungs that are Rio Grande football, the University of Rio Grande stands alongside Holzer Field, ready to take the field. Game time weather is absolutely perfect. 75 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, Todd. And we're ready for football.
So many times in these games, it's 93 degrees and hot and humid and muggy, and this is just perfect, man. You couldn't ask for anything better than this on August 30th. And these players, like, you're part of history. No matter what happens this season, you are going to be looked back upon 20 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, when this Rio program is just rolling in a dynasty year after year. They're going to look back and say, this was the team that brought everything back.
And they are on their feet at Alumni Stadium. Matt McKee, the voice of the Red Storm, bringing them out here. And Coach Thurston in the University of Rio Grande football is on the field in Jackson. What a glorious day.
You tell these players are ready to roll. They're not going to back down. I can't wait to see this one start and kick off.
The energy. across the stadium. Goosebumps from Alumni Stadium. We got to take one more break. Thanks for joining the Holzer Health System pregame show. We'll be back for kickoff in just a moment.
Defiance's offense with QB Jelani Warren. He's a run-pass threat, dual threat type of guy. Against St. Francis last year, had 331 yards passing, 102 yards rushing. Have to contain him today.
Handling the kickoff duties for the Red Storm, number 6, Caleb Stout. We are underway at Alumni Stadium. Ball is received by number 14, and he is met at the 25-yard line. And that was number 30 for the University of Rio Grande, Carlos Thomas. Wide receiver out of Westerville, playing special teams, delivers the first big blow of the game.
You did, and you love the way, one thing that's a challenge on special teams in the opener with a young roster, everyone's staying in their lanes on a kickoff, and Rio did that. Those guys were flying around, but also being disciplined to stay in their lanes, hold Defiance to a short return.
Defiance on the field, 3-by-1, 3 receivers to the near side. Jelani Walker at the quarterback position, motion across. Ball, oh, we're going to have a false start, I think, on the first snap of the game.
That left tackle for Defiance, the right tackle for Defiance is also a freshman, Greg Clack.
Now there's a false start, going to back him up 5 yards. And Defiance is they're going to start their drive 1st and 15 from the 22-yard line. That was left tackle Aiden Burke called for the false start. 6'5", 285-pound left tackle. Warren calls for the motion. Ball's handed off to number 26, Cam Turner. And he is stuffed by a swarm of Red Storm. And Coach Thurston's defense coming out playing with electricity early on.
They are. You've got, so Rio's playing a 3-3 defense, and you've got the linebackers playing downhill. Everyone's reading their keys. They stuff the puller back into the hill, and the linebackers work through scrape to make the play. Nice play early on.
We're lining it up again. 3 receivers to the right side, on the far side for the Yellow Jackets. As Turner motions to the right-hand side. Ball is snapped, handed off. Oh, play action. Warren's going to keep it. He throws at the hook. Ball falls incomplete as it is dropped by wide receiver number 19, Devion Williams.
So Rio caught a break there. Really nice fake there on the bootleg for Defiance, and had the receiver wide open. Jelani Warren throws a strike. Receiver just drops it. Hit him in the wrong place, right in the hands.
Right in the hands, right?
So now you're thinking 3rd and 12. If I'm a pass rusher, I am frothing at the mouth, foaming at the mouth. This is where you make your living. So these guys have to come off the ball, get some pressure on the QB here.
Warren calling out signals. He's got 2 receivers to his right and a tight end. Ball snap. He looks to his left, now rolls right. He throws it over the head of Turner, and we are going to have a 3-and-out for the Red Storm to start this game, Todd.
You know, you look at football, you want complementary football. You want offense, defense, and special teams. So you start the game with a kickoff where everyone's flying down, everyone stays in their lanes, you hold Defiance to a short return, then your defense takes the field and holds the Defiance offense to a 3-and-out. Couldn't ask for a better start right now. Now, let's see if the Red Storm can get a big return here on this punt.
handling the punting duties for the University, or I'm sorry, for Defiance College is Jake Hogston. Ball is kicked. It's a short kick. And it's going to be down to about the 41, 42-yard line, and the University of Rio Grande offense is going to take the field. Let's step aside for a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back as the Rio Grande offense takes the field for the very first time. You're listening to Red Storm Football on 96.7 WKOV. And we are back. Sorry to pause you for just a moment there. Aiden Lugoff takes the snap for the Red Storm, rolls out to his left, and he's got wheels, folks. Throws a left-handed ball to the far side, and it is caught by number 1, Alan Payne, captain for the Red Storm, and he's out of bounds at the 32-yard line on the far side, and the Red Storm are moving the football, Todd.
What a start to the game, and what a ball by the QB there by Aiden Lugoff, rolling left. He's a left-handed QB, rolling left. Wasn't able to really square his shoulders to the line of scrimmage, but still be able to deliver a strike on that. Really good start for the offense.
The Red Storm offense is moving as they send on some new bodies here, and I like the decision to huddle here. I like the decision. I know you've got the skates on Defiance, so to speak, but the decision to huddle, I think is a good thing. Slow yourselves down a little bit. Let's play football. 2 receivers to the left for Ludoff. And unfortunately, that same decision does come back to bite the Red Storm a little bit. And again, I think the idea was there. Let's slow things down, handle the emotions. But bites you a little bit, delay a game, Todd.
Right, and so that ultimately that falls on the QB. The QB has to make sure the operation is fast enough that you don't have any delay of game penalties. So this is a young team. You're going to have some mistakes like that.
Lugoff lines up. He's got 2 receivers to his left, back in the backfield. Calls for motion to his right. Ball snapped. He throws behind the line of scrimmage. And he throws the ball. And it's wide open.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's a double pass from Ludoff to Mikhail Moore all the way down the sideline. To number 19, that's Beamer Walker.
Wow, so you go into a game, you often will script your first several offensive plays, and you look at what Rio scripted, the bootleg where Ludoff hits open guy down the field. And now you've got the double pass here. Defiance bites on it. Rio capitalizes with a long touchdown pass. Outstanding play.
What a play from the Red Storm. Coach Thurston and the Red Storm coming out swinging. Josh Napier on to attempt the extra point. Kick is blocked. That ball is live. And it is jumped on by the Red Storm. Extra point fails, but the University of Rio Grande Red Storm strike first as they take the lead, 6-0 and 12:45 remaining in the first quarter from Alumni Stadium. We'll step aside. You're listening to Red Storm Football on 96.7 WKOV. We're back at the University of Rio Grande's inaugural game as we unfortunately missed the kickoff there, but kickoff was returned by Defiance down to about the 48-yard line. There is a flag down, so it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out here. Nice kickoff return for the Yellow Jackets after a big score from the University of Rio Grande on that double pass.
Personal foul, face mask. Kicking team, number 30. 15 yards from the end. First down.
Penalty.
So football is so much about how do you respond to adversity. So Rio starts out fast, punches Defiance in the mouth. Now Defiance is going to punch back. And so now Rio's defense takes the field, Defiance has the ball at the plus 34. This is a challenge for the Rio defense to stiffen and keep points off the board here.
Jelani Walker calling out signals for the Yellow Jackets. 2 receivers to each side. He's now got Tristan Thomas in the backfield with him. Ball is snapped, handed off on the jet sweep around the edge. And that's number 1, Tawan Rome. And he's knocked out of bounds just outside of the 10-yard line. Looks around the 11, 12-yard line on the far side.
And Rome's got some juice for Defiance. And on every defensive play, on each side of the field, someone is assigned as a force player. They have to keep the ball from getting outside. And on that play, Rio didn't have that there.
No huddle offense. Warren back there calling out signals yet again. 2-by-2 receivers, same look here. Ball snapped. He tosses outside to Thomas. And Thomas is dragged down on the far sideline. Looks like number 53, Isaiah McCory there.
Right, love the way McCory got to the ball there. You love the hustle. And I want to make a point real quick while we have a second. When Defiance punted, there was a massive hit. Quintel Thomas
yeah,
for Rio laid on somebody, and it got the sideline going. Like whatever happens this game, Rio is flying around. These guys are physical. These guys are tough, and they love playing football.
Let's see if they can come away with a big stop here. Motion to the outside, ball snap, caught by Warren, and he's going to walk into the end zone on the far side for a score on the QB draw there.
Looked like there could have been possibly a hold on the perimeter. It wasn't called, but, you know, impressive response by Defiance. Rio came out and punched Defiance in the mouth, and Defiance is a veteran team. They came back and responded. Now it's Rio's turn.
All tied up at 6 for the moment here. For Defiance, Carson Mariquin on to attempt the extra point. Rolls the snap back. Ball is kicked up and good. Nice composure there by Mariquin after the holder there, number 23. Damon McCracken handles the bad snap. Defiance comes away with the lead. It is now 7-6. The Defiance Yellow Jackets lead the Rio Grande Red Storm. Keep it right here on 96.7.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
Here today, and yeah, these they're speeding the game up for us. Mariquin to kick it off for the Yellow Jackets. Ball's kicked off from the left hash. To return it is Mylan Murray. He looks to get to the far side of the field. Rio Grande has a nice wall set up, and he is actually tripped down on the far side, and it looks like there's a flag down late as well.
And it looks like Rio's going to be pinned back here, but Quintel Thomas, another great effort on special teams on the kick return team there, drove his man off of the field onto the Defiance sideline. That kid is playing some ball early in this game.
Flag down. Looks like the officials may be discussing holding for the moment. Ball's going to stand at the Rio Grande 22-yard line.
Holding. Return team, number 7. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, Rio Grande.
Which will back the ball up to the Red Storm 12-yard line where they will start this drive.
And so again, like football, again, is how you bounce back from adversity. And so this is what veteran teams do. This is what experienced teams do. You understand that it's very rarely going to be a cakewalk. You're going to have adversity strike. And so how do you respond? This is Rio's turn now as an offense here.
Lugoff lines up under center, 3 receivers to his right, Cartwright in the backfield behind him. Tied in, William Cashelli in motion to the left-hand side, ball handed off to Cartwright. He has some space down the left-hand side. He's a tough runner, picks up about 4 or 5 yards, finally dragged down at the 16, but tough carry from Cartwright there.
It was, and something that's really impressive, like where that physical maturation and development often shows is on the offensive and defensive lines. This Rio offensive line has been a pleasant surprise early in this game, playing against some veteran guys for Defiance, pushing them off the ball, creating some lanes for the running backs to run through.
Lugoff under center, 2 receivers, 2 each side. Cartwright in the backfield again. Ball snapped. He looks to his right, has a man out there. Ball is thrown just out of the reach of Alan Payne, the 5'9", 160-pound captain wide receiver.
So Rio was running some quick game there, a 3-step drop, and he was open. The defensive back was in the throwing window, so he had to loft it over the defensive back's outstretched hand and get it up and down to the receiver. That's a tough completion to make, especially throwing to the wide side of the field. It's doable. That was a challenging one, and he missed on it.
Same look for the Red Storm here, 2 by 2. Cartwright in the backfield. Ball is snapped. Lugoff looks over the middle of the field. Ball falls incomplete as Lugoff is hit by 2 different Yellow Jackets there. And the Red Storm are going to go 3 and out here on their second possession of the football game as they bring on the punt team.
Nice pressure there by Davidson LeConte, the defensive tackle for Defiance, beat his man and hit the QB right as he was throwing the ball. So, okay, so Rio's defense forced a 3 and out earlier. Defiance defense did it now. So now Rio needs a good punt here, flip the field, then get the defense back on the field and bounce back from that last series.
Looking to punt the ball away for the Red Storm is freshman number 13, Andy Meldick from Oak Hill, right down State Route 93 here. Kicks the ball away from about the 5-yard line. Ball hangs high in the air. Takes a Defiance bounce back across the 50-yard line, and it's going to be down at around the Rio Grande 47-yard line, excuse me, where the Yellow Jackets will begin their next possession. We're going to have to get a break in here. When we return, more Red Storm football. Keep it right here on 96.7 WKOV.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
Back at Alumni Stadium, where the University of Rio Grande trail Defiance College 7-6. Rio Grande on defense, 2nd and 6. Ball being carried there by number 20 for Defiance. We don't have a 20 on the roster, so we're playing a little bit of a guessing game, but a nice tough carry there. Rio able to bring him down after a pickup of about 3 there, Todd.
Yeah, you like the way, again, the Rio defense was reading their keys on that. Linebackers getting downhill.
Ball is snapped. Warren fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, looks to his 3rd option on the read, and that is number 19, Devion Williams. Yet again, he catches the ball. It's good for a Yellow Jackets first down at the 33-yard line.
Impressive play. So Defiance gets Jelani Warren out on the edge on the bootleg, and he worked through his progressions, and it looked like Devion Williams might have been his 3rd option, but he worked all the way back to him, threw it as a catchable ball, completion.
Ball snapped again, handed off to number 20. He is swarmed by a host of Red Storm. And let's just get a few jersey numbers here rolling up off that pile. The biggest piece of clothing I see is worn by number 95. That's Cade Woods, 6'1", 275 out there rolling off the bottom of that pile. And
Cade Woods and Dakari Reese were 2 of the guys that Coach Thurston highlighted when we spoke yesterday. Up front for the defensive line for Rio.
Jelani Warren getting the signal from the sideline, brings it back over to his left-hand side. Shifts him back to the right-hand side. Calls out the signal. Ball snapped at the 33-yard line. He tosses it to his right. It is number 20. After a pickup of about 4, the stop is made. And on the stop is Nate Lopez, number 0 in that secondary, another guy that Coach Thurston spoke highly of.
He did, and the range there, the explosiveness and range when you're looking at safety, those are 2 critical factors. And he didn't have a great angle, but really impressive explosiveness and range to track the ball carrier down and make the play.
Ball at the 29-yard line for Defiance. Ball snapped. Walker looks to his right and set up a screen. Ball is caught by 20. I'm sorry, that's 6. That's Tristan Thomas. And he is brought down on the far side, and it's going to be close to a first down there for Defiance.
He's short, so we get a feel for, you assume Defiance goes for it here.
Sure.
And Marcus Freeman, the head coach of Notre Dame, talks about how you can tell a lot about the culture of a football program at any level by how they perform on either side of the ball on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. This is Rio's chance right here.
Walker looking over the defense. Rio in their 3 front. Ball's handed off to Thomas. He's met initially, and I think he got it, but he had to earn it through a number of Red Storm jerseys. In there again is Lopez. Also in there on the stop for the Red Storm is number 2, Rob Edwards.
So Defiance converts, but so you like the fight that Rio's putting up here.
Quick snap from Defiance. They snap it, hand it off to Tristan Thomas. He picks up a couple, and you can feel Defiance starting to pick this tempo up here against the Red Storm.
You can, and it's hard to, you need to prevent the defense from getting too worn out because Defiance is picking up the tempo. They've kept the defense on the field a lot the last 2 drives. Rio needs someone to step up and make a play here.
Jelani Warren looking over the defense here. Ball snapped. Fakes a toss to his left, looks down the field on a skinny post, and he's able to connect with number 1. And that's Tawan Rome, the captain, 5'11" wide receiver for the touchdown.
So that's a veteran quarterback there. Looked off the safety, and the secondary for Rio bit on that. Left receiver, just turned the receiver loose. He was wide open in the end zone for a touchdown. That's pitch and catch for a veteran QB like that.
Merrick on to attempt his 2nd extra point of the day for Defiance here. Ball snapped, hold, kick is blocked. And that one is blocked. It looked like number 2, Rob Edwards, got a hand in there on that one. Couldn't tell for sure. They're going to kick it away here in just a moment. We got to get to a break. You're listening to Red Storm Football 96.7 WKOV Jackson. We're back at Alumni Stadium where the University of Rio Grande trails Defiance College Yellow Jackets 13-6 after a blocked extra point following the touchdown pass from the connection from Jelani Warren to Tawan Rome for the Yellow Jackets. The University of Rio Grande trails 13-6, 7:02 remaining in the first quarter. Set to kick it away is Mariquin for the Yellow Jackets. Back deep for the Red Storm, freshmen Mikkel Moore and Mylan Murray. Moore in number 6, Mylan Murray in number 8. Ball is kicked away from the left hash yet again. And there's a little bit of a tussle over it. Moore ends up with it. Murray with the block.
He really did. You like the physicality there. So we're only 8 minutes into this game. This has been a really action-packed first quarter so far. So Rio came out through the first punch, had a lot of momentum early. Defiance has struck back. So this is a really key series. I don't know that Rio needs points on this series, but you'd love to get the offense into some rhythm, get a first down or 2. At the very least, you flip the field and keep your defense off the field. Those guys are getting worn out. You need to move the ball offensively to give your defense a little more time to rest.
And again, this is a team that's been playing football 3 weeks together, guys. Sure. 3 weeks. So the conditioning, those things, those all play a factor here as the University of Rio Grande starts their 3rd possession of the afternoon from their own 24-yard line. Ludoff under center. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Hands off, fakes the handoff. Nice play fake there. Hits William Cashelli. That's the Italian in the flats, and he's got it. And he's finally knocked out of bounds along the 35-yard line as he's knocked out of bounds by free safety, number 31, Jermaine Bond.
Yeah, so Rio ran a bootleg, got the QB out to the edge. He's rolling right as a left-handed QB, so it's key to get his shoulders turned, square his shoulders. Throws a strike to Christian Caccelli and makes the man miss in the flat to move the chains for the first down. Really nice play by Rio to start the drive.
And the Red Storm offense can breathe a breath of fresh air here for just a moment, as the chains are being moved here. Ball at the 35-yard line. Ludoff under center. That's Caccelli in motion to the left-hand side. Ball snapped. Handed off to Cartwright. That's going to be a name you're hearing a lot in the run game, but he's brought down pretty close to the line of scrimmage there after that one.
Yeah, a nice job by the Defiance defense on the right side of the defense. Dominic Harris and the rest of his pals there, changing the line of scrimmage, beating blocks, getting off it, shedding the blocks, and then making the play for the short gain.
Second and about 9 for the Red Storm here as they come to the line. 2 receivers split out to the left. Cashelli in the tight slot to the left as well. Far receiver to the right side is Ryan Cooley. Ball is snapped. Ludoff rolls out to his left. He's trying to get away from the pressure, unable to, as it looked like that was number 44. I think it was Dominique Harris for the Defiance College Yellow Jackets on the stop.
And Daryl Owens was the backside defensive end for Defiance. Ryle left him unblocked, and he was in there immediately. Had immediate pressure on Aiden Ludoff, and Ludoff was running for his life pretty quickly there. Fortunate, you hate to take a sack, but at least there wasn't a turnover. Live to fight another down. So now it's 3rd and 12. So if Ryle is passing the ball, remember Dominic Harris is Defiance's best pass rusher. I heavily consider double teaming him here in this situation. Stepping
out of the game is Cartwright. Coming into the game for the Red Storm is Mikkel Moore in the personnel change as the Red Storm come out in 5 receivers here. Ludoff in the shotgun, back by himself. Ball snap. Yellow Jackets looking to bring about 5.
False start, Ryo, I think.
Flag down, and it is a false start against the Red Storm. It's going to back him up. It's going to make it 3rd and 17 for the University of Rio Grande, who trails 13-6, 4:56 remaining.
So that play was blown dead, but Ryo wasn't going to double team Dominic Harris there. So that's a tough matchup. You've got looks like freshman Jack Sorrell is playing right tackle for Ryo. He's matched up against Dominic Harris here. This will be a fun one to watch.
Three receivers to the right for Ludoff. He's got Mikkel Moore in the backfield in the pistol. Cashelli in motion. Motions back to his original spot. Ball snap. Rolling out to his left is Ludoff. Or right is Ludoff. He is just swarmed by 3 Yellow Jackets there. That is Dominique Harris. It's also number 33, Daryl Owens, in on the stop.
So have to respect the way Defiance is running to the ball defensively. It looks like to help negate the Defiance pass rush, Ryo is moving the launch point. They're rolling Aiden Ludoff out to either direction, but he has to have that internal clock that he's got to get rid of the ball. Can't continue to take sacks like that.
Andy Meldick back to kick it away for the Red Storm once again here. Ball is snapped. It is kicked away, and the Red Storm may get the benefit of the doubt on the punt attempt there. Ball rolling to the 47-yard line for Defiance, at least for now. We'll see what the penalty flag is in the backfield.
Should be roughing. Should be an automatic first down.
It sure looked violent from us. I think we got roughing here too, Todd. We'll see.
One thing to watch, Ryo's snapper doesn't have a ton of zip on that ball, which is what's enabling the defense to get so much pressure on the punter. So that's something hopefully you shore up as the season goes along. He gets more zip on his snap. That can help in that situation with the overall speed of the operation.
It is a personal foul, roughing the punter. The Red Storm are going to retain possession of the ball, I should say, and they're going to have the ball at their own 32-yard line as the defense for Defiance trots back out onto the field. 3:42 remaining in the first quarter here.
So even if this drive doesn't result in points for Ryo, they got the first down on their own, then they got another first down by penalty. They've given the defense time to rest.
Exactly.
They've accomplished at least that goal for this drive at the very least.
Cartwright back in the backfield for the Red Storm, who come out 3 by 1. 3 receivers to the left, ball on the the right hash. It is a sweep to Cartwright. He catches the ball, trying to make something happen. Number 97 in the backfield was the first jersey number that I saw for Defiance there.
Great play.
That's Seth Navarra.
But yeah, great play by the Defiance defense. Looks like they've got some second teamers in. They're giving their starters a blow real quick. But yeah, the entire defense's assignment sound there. There was nowhere to go for the running back. So big tackle for loss for Defiance.
2nd and 14 for the Red Storm from their own 26-yard line. They trail 13-6. 3 minutes And 2 seconds remaining in the first quarter here. Lugoff under center, 2x2 receivers. Kasheli in motion to the right. Ball snapped, Lugoff rolling out to his right. He steps up looking to run. He does run, and he is met by a few different Yellow Jackets there. One of which, number 13, Tyshawn Woodson, 6 foot, 220-pound inside linebacker.
So this is our first chance to get a live look at Aiden Ludoff, and you can tell he's tough and he's a competitor. He doesn't want to go down easily, but you're the starting QB. In that situation, you can't be exposing yourself to big hits like that. So he's a freshman. He's going to learn and grow, but that's something he's going to learn as his game evolves.
Just over 2 minutes remaining in the quarter here. Ludoff calling signals as the empty man in the backfield. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right.
Love a screen call here. Would love that for Rio.
Looks like pressure is coming here. The Yellow Jackets send 6. Ludoff scrambles, throws it just out of the reach of number 1, Alan Payne.
Rio actually set that up perfectly. If Ludoff and Payne are able to connect there, Payne's still running. He's probably down at least inside the 20-yard line, if not a touchdown. That was wide open, and Rio set that up perfectly. Great play call by the coaches. Players just weren't able to complete the play on that one.
Not able to make it come together. 4th and 13 for the Red Storm, looking to kick it away from their own 29-yard line. At about the 20-yard line is Andy Meldick, looking to attempt his 3rd punt of the day. Ball snapped. It is kicked away. It's a high kick. Backing up is the return man, and a huge hit on that one. And he is brought down. That looks like number 12, Jordan Hawkins. 6'3", 175-pound DB from Glenville High School. Big hit there on the punt.
It was great play there, and so really a lot of positive signs for Rio on special teams so far in this game. You've got guys assignment sound, flying around, physical. Those are great signs. First game for the program in 76 years.
They're playing competitive football early on in this game. 151, they trail 13-6. Defiance with the football. Jelani Walker calling out signals in the backfield. Ball is snapped. Warren looking to run with the football. He barely crosses the line of scrimmage before being met by a swarm of Red Storm. I'm talking 5 or 6 jerseys. Coming up out of the pile there for the Red Storm is number 0, Lopez, yet again.
You said 5 or 6 jerseys. You could maybe say 9 or 10 on that one. That was great defense. And so Defiance is frequently pulling one of the guards in either direction. And that is a tell, and the linebackers love the way the linebackers for Rio are.
Personal foul. Continued participation after the helmet came off. Defense, number 8. 15-yard penalty. Results in a first down, automatic first down.
Looks like a personal foul face mask going against the Red Storm. That's always a tough one. When you're in a pile, you're trying to come in late, and you grab the face mask, something along those lines, especially in those swarms. That is going to move it ahead to the 46-yard line, Todd.
Yeah, you make a good point. And no one tries to grab a face mask. You're running full speed, and the running back's running full speed, and he's moving. It's a moving target.
Yeah.
So you're grabbing whatever you can grab, and sometimes it becomes the face mask.
Warren awaiting the snap. And we've got a reverse here, a fake pitch to the right, undercut by number 1, and that's Tawan Rome with the ball again. He's going to take it 54 yards to the house, at least for now. We've got 2 flags down at around the 45-yard line.
I think it's coming back, it looks like. Based on where the flag is from, this one should be coming back.
Looks like potential holding here. The Red Storm could certainly use the break, that's for sure. Nice play design there, though. Using that aggressiveness from the Red Storm against us a little bit there.
Spot of the foul. Still first down.
So it is against Defiance, fortunately for Rio. And so that play was kind of a microcosm of where this program is right now. So they ran a reverse, and someone blew an assignment to stay home, and so that led to the big play. But you had Roderick Moss, cornerback from the backside, sprinting his tail off to hopefully knock the guy out of bounds at the 1-yard line. You love to see that effort, that motor, that's culture in a program. That's so impressive. Really.
Absolutely. Warren set. About his own 38-yard line, he takes the snap, looking to run it to his left. He does, and he is met by number 2, Josiah. I'm sorry, that's not Josiah. That's Rob Edwards yet again for the Red Storm game. We've been saying a ton on the defensive side.
He's playing well. His keys work downhill, work through traffic. And you look at some of the programs that Rio's recruited from, Cleveland, Glenville, Bishop, McNamara, where Edwards is from. Those are powerhouses. They're going to have good players every single year.
Warren's got 3 receivers to his right. Ball on the near left hash here. On his own 43-yard line. Moves it back to his right. Ball is snapped. Dumps it off to the back. And that is number 4, Tevin Lewis Johnson. And he crosses the 50.
Okay, so that brings up, this is such a big play here. Okay, so you've got 3rd and about 7. The quarter's winding down. We'll see if Defiance tries to run a play, but tries to get a snap off. But if Rio can get a stop here and just kind of stabilize things, get back to even, get the ball back, and maybe get the offense going, this could be big. If Defiance converts, maybe they can start to pull away in this one.
Clock ticking away, 15 seconds and under. And Todd, it looks like they are going to hold up. It doesn't look like they're going to snap this football. As the first quarter comes to a close here at Alumni Stadium, the University of Rio Grande currently trailing the Defiance College Yellow Jackets by a score of 13-6. More Red Storm football action when we return. Keep it right here. You're listening to Red Storm football on 96.7 WKOV.
The season with 702 career wins, ranking him in the top 50 all-time for coaching wins at any level of collegiate women's basketball. Let's have a big round of applause today for your Rio women's basketball team. If you want a shirt, make some noise.
In motion is Rome, and he fakes the handoff to Rome. Warren keeps it himself, and he's going to be
number 2 with the quarterback keeper, Jelani Warren. Play results in a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
A Yellow Jackets first down.
Still a nice play by Peter Hicks there. Beat the cut block and was able to get the QB to the ground. Could have been a much longer game than that.
Ball's on the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, Defiance.
Yellow Jackets getting the signals from the sideline. Warren in the backfield. To his left is Lewis Johnson. 5'8", 200-pound junior. And Warren's going to keep it and follow him, and he is just stuffed in the backfield. I mean, stuff.
Jelani
That's
Warren with
number
the quarterback
8
keeper.
for the University of Rio Grande.
Hit in the backfield by number 2,
I got to go to my
Rob Edwards.
Mylan Murray back there. They got Mylan Murray on the defensive side of the ball doing something.
Correction, that was number 7.
And great play by him. And
Pierre
got,
Ricks.
Again, that was another example of
The ball's on the 44-yard line.
Front 6, the 3 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers.
Second and 11 for the Yellow Jackets.
Made the play there.
Second and 11 for the Yellow Jackets. Snapping the ball from the Red Storm 44-yard line. Ball snap. Warren fakes a toss to his right, throws deep over the middle of the field. Ball is intercepted. And that's number 13, Andy Meldick.
The pass was intended for number 1, picked off by the Red Storm, number 13,
right down the road,
Andy Meldick.
And that is the first takeaway.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Storm.
Years.
It's been a while. Neither one. A long time coming, right? So you love the interception. On the flip side, wasn't much pressure on the passer, and the receiver was wide open, and Jelani Warren just let that one sail on him. I'm sure he'd love to have that. The QB would love to have that one back. Bad pass for him, but Rio, part of defense is capitalizing on the offense.
The ball's on the 24-yard line for the Red Storm. 1st and 10.
To get the Defiance offense off the field. Great play there.
As the offense for the Red Storm trot back onto the field, we're going to see freshman quarterback Keaton Eminger, a 6', 185-pound freshman, taking snaps for the Red Storm. We're going to see some new jerseys here all together. Unfortunately, that ball's handed off, stuffed.
Number 37, the ball carrier.
That's Q Thomas.
So Rio avoided disaster there. There was a botched snap there, and then Keaton Eminger was able to at least pick up the snap. In that situation, I'd probably advise.
Loss of 2 makes it 2nd and 12.
Handed it off anyway, and the running back almost got destroyed. Fortunately,
ball on the 22-yard line.
That play without turning the ball over.
Eminger, under center. A little different style quarterback than Ludoff. Not quite as mobile. We'll see what they try to do with him here. He tries to hand the ball off, and that's Quintel Thomas yet again, and he's dragged down in the backfield right away.
This Defiance defensive line is starting to find its
Number 37, the ball carrier for Rio.
For Rio to dial up some draws and screens to take advantage of that and try to capitalize.
Lost mark to the ball on the 19-yard line.
Exploding upfield so much, and then try to capitalize by making a play behind them. And I think you
3rd and 15 for the Red Storm.
Then you create more balance in your offense and keep them on their heels a little bit.
3rd and 15 for the Red Storm as they come to the line. 13 seconds on the play clock as it ticks down here. 12:19 remaining in the second quarter.
Dominic Harris is down here on the right. It doesn't look like Rio has anyone set to double him.
Twist on there. Eminger is brought down. Great call there because I believe that was Harris on the stop there on the stunt.
It was, like you said, they ran a twist and
Keaton Eminger, the ball carrier.
Another thing, like
no gain on the play. Brings up 4th down.
It takes reps together. It takes chemistry. It takes communication. All things that Rio doesn't have, and so those are natural things, natural issues you're going to have when
ball's on the 16-yard line
with so many freshmen and sophomores playing.
3 and out after the big interception from Andy Meldick. He's set to kick it away himself. He's lined up near his own goal line here. Ball snapped. He's able to get it away. High wobbly kick. Hits a Defiance player about the 42-yard line. And the same player is able to fall on it before being tackled by number 52.
Punt returned by number 12, number 52, and on the stop.
So Defiance has seen the Rio struggling to get the ball back there quickly on the long snap on the punt, and so they're bringing it they're bringing a punt block every single time. Rio may need to consider
the ball will be placed on the 42-yard line.
Something because just about every
Red Storm fans, make sure you check out RioRedStorm.com.
You're kind of playing with fire. The longer you
for all the latest news, recaps, and photos of schedules for University of Rio Grande's athletic programs.
42-yard line. Jelani Warren set to take the snap. We might have a timeout here. We do have a timeout from head coach Mark Thurston.
Timeout, Rio.
Timeout, Rio Grande. This is their first charge timeout of the half.
Seconds with more Red Storm football on 96.7 WKOV.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you, and every
Also, Red Storm fans, when Rio wins, you win this season. Following a Rio Grande win in the football stadium, men's basketball or women's basketball, you can get 50% off your online order the next day simply by
replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
Back to Alumni Stadium where the University of Rio Grande trailed Defiance College 13-6 with 11:21 remaining in the second quarter here. Defiance College with the football at their 42-yard line. Jelani Walker awaiting the snap. Two receivers to his left. Motion from Tawan Rome to the orbit motion behind him. Ball's handed off. Looks like number 28.
Number 28, the ball carrier.
28 is the ball carrier. And again, there's not a number and a name to associate the two together there, but he picks up 6 yards.
So you're looking for, so last series, Rio was able to capitalize on the overthrow and get off the field with a pick. Would love to get 3 and out here to keep them out of the territory.
Warren looking over the defense. Rio with 3 down linemen. Ball's handed off, and it is 28 yet again. And he's met by a few different Red Storm jerseys. How about this number for you? That's number 99, Kyron Carter. That's 6-foot freshman, 310 pounds of him, and he ain't going far if he gets his hands on you.
Right, you've got Isaac McCory playing well on the defensive interior as well. This defensive line of the linebackers really playing well against the run so far in this game.
Little different set that we've seen from the Yellow Jackets here. They've got an H to the right, a back in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left, and they hand it off to 28 yet again. That's a nice play from the safety position from Nate Lopez.
It was, and it looked like Nick Buskey for Rio was there to make the play and would have stopped him short of the first down, but the back for Defiance was able to break the tackle and move the chains for the offense.
Defiance picking up the first down. They come back to the line, tight end to the left, 2 receivers to the left, 1 back in the backfield, and a split receiver to the right. Ball's handed off to the left. It's a reverse to Taiwan Rome to the right-hand side. He's able to make a few miss before being dragged down right around the 40-yard line. And on the stop that time is number 8 for the Red Storm. Once again, escaping me here.
I think we've got a jersey
Rob
number
Edwards.
change there. He's not.
No, that's not Edwards.
Love the way Rio stayed at home defensively there on the reverse.
Ball snap from the 40-yard line, handed off to 28 yet again. And that is Lopez again, just coming up and hitting you in the mouth from the safety position.
He brings a physical mentality to this game. And so 3rd and 1, we talked about earlier how big it is. What do you do on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1? As a program that says so much about your culture. This is Rio's opportunity to get Defiance's offense off the field with a big stop here.
3rd down and 1, 3 down linemen for the Red Storm. Looks like a run package from the Yellow Jackets here. Warren calls out the motion to his right. Ball's handed off, and that's handed off to number 6, Tristan Thomas. He picks up the first down after crossing the 35-yard line, dragged down about the 33. And that is good for another Yellow Jackets first down. That's a bad sign, too, for Red Storm fans. Nate Lopez getting up. I don't know if that is the heat coming out of him or not, but he's being tended to on the sideline for just a moment.
So in those situations, when it's 3rd and 1 and Rio's got such a light box, 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, that if I'm an offense, I'm running right there all day long, and Defiance is having success in that situation.
Ball snap, there's a flag down, dead ball penalty, looks like encroachment against the Red Storm.
And so to kind of build on what I was saying, like in that situation, when it's short yard situations like that, I think you have to roll down, whether it's a linebacker or a safety, somewhat, or bring in an extra defensive lineman to make you stagger up front, so you can force Defiance out of what they're comfortable with on that short yard situation.
Ball start moves the ball forward to the 27, 28-yard line of the Red Storm. 1st and 5 for the Yellow Jackets here. as they come to the line of scrimmage. Warren looking over the defense. Ball snapped. Warren tosses to his right to Tristan Thomas. He breaks the tackle at the 25. He's at the 10-yard line after breaking another tackle. He leaps into the end zone, and that is going to be a Defiance College touchdown after the 28-yard touchdown scamper from, that was Thomas.
And so sometimes football comes down to our guy beats your guy. And so Rio actually played that well defensively. It looked like safety Carlos Thomas came downhill, was there to make the tackle. Defiance's back made a miss. Next thing you know, he's in the end zone. If Rio can make that tackle, that makes all the difference on that play.
19-6, the current score. Mariquin looking to kick it away. Rolled back on the snap. Handled well again. And it is up and good off the foot of Mariquin. 20-6 is the score from Alumni Stadium. The Red Storm trail Defiance College. We'll be back in 30 seconds. To kick it away from the 35-yard line. Back deep for the Red Storm is number 6, Michael Moore, number 8, Mylan Murray. Ball's kicked away. Murray back deep to, he just lets it go into the end zone. We'll take the touchback on this one. And we'll bring the ball out to, I believe, the 20-yard line. 25-yard line. Thank you, sir.
So early in this game, it looked like the scripted play calls heading into this game were all working. Everything Rio dialed up in those first few minutes offensively, everything worked. Since then, it's been tough sledding for the offense. So we'd love to get the offense back on track here. Whether it's the running game or the passing game, have to find something that you feel comfortable with. And so it'll be interesting to see what it looks like they're going back to Aiden Ludoff possibly here. And then it'll be interesting to see what the play calling package is here on this series.
And I'd like to, testament to Aiden Ludoff. He's back in the game. I don't know if he was being intended to or just wanted to see some other reps, but like you said earlier, Todd, he's a competitor. He's a competitor, and it's nice to see that he's back out there and he's available for this Red Storm offense as we step onto the field. 7:47 in the second quarter. Ludoff under center. Cartwright in the backfield. Motion in the backfield as well. The handoff to Thomas out of the backfield. I'm sorry, that was not Cartwright. That was Quintel Thomas. He's stuffed immediately by the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, like I said, Defiance is really locked in up front defensively. And so I think it's going to be imperative. Rio's got to make some adjustments. I think screens and draws are the answer right now. Get those guys playing a step slower, then that's going to open everything back up again. But right now, Defiance is really taking advantage of that matchup. Defiance's front 7 on defense against Rio's offensive line.
Subbing some heavy personnel out of the game was the Red Storm, and now we're going to see a little bit more open look from the Rio offense here as Ludoff steps to the line, or steps under center rather. 3 receivers to his right, back behind him, and 1 to his left. He drops back, still dropping back. It is a screen, and he is dragged down at the 29-yard line. And that was number 6 for the Red Storm, Michael Moore on the reception there.
Still like the play, love the play call. That's exactly what Rio needed to do. First of all, you get Michael Moore involved. You get Aiden Ludoff back with some confidence with an easy completion. And again, now maybe Defiance's defensive line plays a half a step slower, a step slower. That can make all the difference when Rio's offensive line is trying to protect the passer.
Cartwright back in the game for the Red Storm in the backfield, in the pistol behind Ludoff. 3-by-1 look. Back his motion across the formation. Ludoff drops back, throws it through the hands of number 1, that's Alan Payne. on the incompletion there, and it's going to be 4th down for the Red Storm.
So had to jump a little bit for that, but that's a catch you have to make on 3rd down. It's possibly he would have been tackled about a yard short of the sticks, but you like the ball by Ludoff. His back foot hit the ground. He got rid of it, put it on the money, catchable ball. Should have been. You like to think you can convert the 1st down on that type of play. Rio wasn't able to get done though. So now, again, another punt. We have to think about protection here because the snaps have been a little slow, and Defiance has been bringing some pressure on these plays.
Meldick looking to kick it away. He stands at his 21-yard line, jumps for the snap, and he's off running with it. Andy Meldick kicks it away. What a great play from the punter. Meldick able to get that ball away as it rolls, and it may have hit a Defiance player as Rio Grande's jumping on it at about the 37-yard line. It did, and the Red Storm's going to come away with the football in their own territory.
An absolutely spectacular play by the punter to be able to, it was a bad snap. It was high and soft, and high and slow. He was able to catch it, and then he escapes the pocket, punts on the run, gets some distance on it, gets a good bounce, and then Rio capitalizes on the ball hitting the Defiance player. Such a big break for the Red Storm there.
Just the way Coach Thurston drew it up, and we are cooking on the offensive side of the ball for the Red Storm. They're going to keep the drive alive at their 37-yard line here. Let's do it.
So you think about these as sudden change situations, and one thing that's common is offenses take a shot in this type of situation because the defense may not be quite as locked in mentally.
Ludoff under center, 3 receivers to his left. William Kishelli in motion. He motions back to his original spot. Ball snapped. Ludoff rolls out to his left, looking to throw, may have a man. Ludoff takes off with it, and he's pushed out of bounds around the 35-yard line. Picks up a couple there. No sack, but you can see a little bit of a swag in the step of Aiden Ludoff back there right now. He's looking a little more comfortable.
You can like the decision there. You could have forced something downfield. Maybe you had it, maybe you didn't. But in this situation, you're down 20-6. You just took over in plus territory. The last thing you want is a turnover. Instead, he's able to scramble, get a positive gain. Looking at the center QB exchange, he's been slow getting out a few times, and that's been hurting the development of some of Rio's plays offensively.
That's something that has occurred over the course of the game. We'll keep an eye on that. 3-by-1, Ludoff under center. He gets the snap, drops back, throws. Dang it, that ball is exactly what we were just talking about, Todd. Knocked away from Ludoff on the pressure. It is intercepted by the big fella from Defiance. That's number 57 coming away with it. Now, I don't have a 57 on my roster for Defiance, unfortunately. But again, Todd, that's exactly what we were talking about there.
Right, it looks like Kyle Sit, I believe, is how you. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Well, your guess is as good as mine, but
yes.
But it looked like Defiance hit Aiden Ludoff as he was throwing the ball. Ball pops up in the air, and the D tackle was able to catch it mid-air and return to about 10-15 yards on top of that.
Going to be Defiance ball at the Rio Grande 45-yard line, where they will start their drive with a 20-6 lead. 5:06 remaining in the second quarter. Jelani Warren motions the back out of the backfield. It's a tunnel screen to the right-hand side. It is caught by number 22. Makes the guy miss. And that is number 22 on the reception. That is Kamari Juarez. He's dragged down at about the 38-yard line. There's a flag down in the secondary as well.
That's on Defiance block in the back. Robert Edwards made a really nice play for Rio, came downhill and had that play figured out, and then Defiance blocked him in the back. I think that's what the ref saw there. Really nice play by Robert Edwards.
The official sorting this one out here. It does look like it's going to go against Defiance College as they come to terms with what exactly happening. And by the way, again, as we await all this, I take a look at the crowd here in the stands of Alumni Stadium. A great home crowd for this first game in 76 seasons.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 5. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
So it'll be first down, but going to move them back a little ways.
So defensively, when you see the punt hit Defiance, you see the Rio's offense go back on the field, and you're a defensive player, you're thinking, okay, our offense is going to drive down and score now. They don't. Instead, they turn the ball over themselves. Now you go back on the field, but now this is your opportunity to say to have your imprint on this game and make a big stop here. Now, especially now, Defiance is behind the sticks. Looks like they're going to have 1st and 16 here. Great opportunity for the Rio defense to stiffen here, get the offense back out there and stay in this game.
Sorting it all out here. After it's all said and done, Defiance is going to snap this ball from midfield at the 50-yard line. 4:57 remaining in the second quarter. Defiance leads 20-6. Warren comes out with 3 receivers to his left. That's Turner in the backfield. He pitches it to Turner. And Turner is stopped, and again, big surprise. That's Nate Lopez from the secondary making the tackle at about 3 yards, 44-yard line, 46-yard line.
He's such an impressive player, reading his keys, sprinting downhill, filling the alley, and then making a tackle in space for a minimal gain. Such a good play by the safety there.
Defiance looking to speed things up here yet again, looking to snap the ball from the 46-yard line. Warren looking over the defense. Checks to the sideline. That's Turner motioning across and back to the left-hand side of Warren in the backfield. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Ball snapped. Fake toss to the left. Warren steps up in the pocket, looking downfield, can't find anything, trying to make a move. It does not, or is not able to, and that's Rob Edwards, 6 foot, 170 cornerback on the stop.
And that, when the QB pulls it down and scrambles like that, and you're able to make a tackle in space, big play by the defense there. It looked like you had Dakari Reese had some initial pressure off the edge there, flushed the QB out of the pocket, and then there was nobody open there. The QB was forced to pull it down. So really big opportunity here. 3rd and 8. Rio's defense need to get pressure here. I'm dialing up a blitz here if I'm Rio's coaching staff.
Warren snaps the ball, rolls out to his left, looks downfield, throws to the far side, and that ball looks like it's caught on the comeback right at the sticks. It is caught, and it's going to be just a yard good enough for a Yellow Jackets first down at the 34-yard line.
What a play by Jelani Warren, the QB, rolling left, 3rd and 8. Rio's finally getting some momentum to claw back into this thing. And then rolling left throws a strike to help move the chains. What a ball by the QB there.
Keeping things alive for the Yellow Jackets after the 3rd down completion is Warren. Looking to snap it at the 34-yard line. He does. Hands it off to, that is number 26, Cam Turner. And he is brought down right at the 25-yard line after a gain of about 7.
Defiance is pushing the tempo again between plays. These are the moments there has to be vocal leadership out there. Someone for Rio has to be saying, guys, we need this now. Let's step up.
Warren looking over the defense here. He's got a tight end to his left, 3 receivers to his right. Hands off to Turner. Turner is brought down right at the 20-yard line.
If I'm Coach Thurston, I'm burning a timeout here. You're about to hit the 2-minute stoppage, but so if Defiance lets it go down there, that's fine. But if they don't, I call a timeout before they snap the ball.
Ball is snapped. Jet handoff to Tawan Rome on the far side of the field, brought down at about the 12 or 13-yard line. We're going to have a stoppage somewhere in the action here. And that is the 2-minute warning. And we're going to keep it right here for just a moment and, talk about things, but also remind you we'll be joined at halftime. President Ryan Smith, he's going to come up and give us his real-time thoughts as this whole day unravels here, and we're excited about that. But right now, back to the action. 1:56 remaining here in the second quarter. What does Rio Grande need to do to make the stop here and hold this Yellow Jackets offense, Todd?
So a few keys here. So first of all, they have a chance to rest and catch their breath. Defiance has been, I love the way Defiance's offense has been pushing the tempo. When they feel like they've got you on their heels, they're going fast between plays. And so Rio's players have a chance to rest and talk to the coaches. Then you think about the extra points. First of all, Rio has blocked an extra point, and Defiance's snaps on the PATs have not been good in general. And so if Rio can hold Defiance to a field goal attempt, there's not even close to a guarantee Defiance is going to make it. So still an opportunity to keep points off the board, stay within 2 scores here. If I'm Rio, in passing situations, think you need to dial up some blitzes, because Rio's typically just in this game has been just rushing the front 3 on passing situations, and that's buying. You're giving a veteran QB time, and he's going to pick you apart if you do that.
2nd and about 3 from the 13-yard line of the Red Storm. Warren calls for motion behind him. Handed off to Turner, and he is brought down right away at after a pickup of about 2. It's going to be 3rd and 1. for the Yellow Jackets.
Good play by Nick Buskey there, reading his keys, working downhill, making a tackle for the short gain. Such a big play here. This is where the defense needs to stand, force a field goal attempt here. This would be a massive stop here by Rio's defense.
Turner looking over the formation here. Snap to Rome. It's a jet sweep. And Rome breaks a couple of tackles, and with an outstretched hand, dives into the end zone on the far side, and he's going to extend the score 26-6.
Looks like initial indication holding on Defiance coming back. Could be a huge break for Rio because not only do they keep him out of the end zone, but now it's going to be 3rd and 11 or 12.
Huge penalty for Defiance here. It's going to be a hold against Defiance. That's going to take 6 more points off the board. It's the 2nd touchdown of the day called back for the Yellow Jackets, Todd.
So have to anticipate. So A, read your keys on screens because Defiance has had some success on those. But B, I think you need to heat up Jelani Warren here. So yes, especially Dakari Reese has probably been Rio's best pass rusher, but need more than that. To me, I have to bring at least one blitzer here.
Warren looks over things. He's got a tight end to his right, 2 receivers, a receiver to his left. Rome in motion, and they fake the handoff to him, and they throw the wheel route out of the backfield. It's dropped by Turner, and Rio Grande comes with a break. Incomplete pass. It's going to be 4th down for the Yellow Jackets.
You said it. It looked like Nick Buskey was blitzing, came free and hit the QB right as he threw it, but the QB still delivers a strike. Rio catches a huge break with the drop. It looks like Defiance is going for it here.
With the kicking woes they've had on the extra points, this doesn't surprise me. Defiance lines up to go for it. 4th and 6 from the Red Storm 16-yard line.
Again, I think you have to heat them up here. I think you've got to blitz a linebacker or safety here.
Warren looks over things, gets the call from the sideline, shifts the back over to his left. That's Tevin Lewis Johnson out there. He fakes the pitch to Lewis Johnson, looks deep, ball's thrown into coverage, and Nate Lopez comes away with the interception, and he is off and running for the Red Storm. Nate Lopez at the 45, 50-yard line, dragged down at the 49-yard line. I think he just ran out of gas. He's been all over the field for the defense, but what a break for the Red Storm defense.
What a spectacular play. It looked like Gavin Thigpen was the one that got his hand on it, deflected it up in the air. Nate Lopez picks it off, returns out to midfield. So you go from looking like Defiance has a sure thing for at least 3 points to now Rio keeps them from getting any points, and now is going to take over at midfield.
Huge opportunity for the Red Storm to take advantage of the penalty, which backed up Defiance right before that, and then stop him on 4th down with the ball being thrown into coverage. They say sometimes that's as good as a punt. Well, that's as good as a punt return as far as we're concerned. Ball's back close to midfield at the Rio Grande 49-yard line, at least for now. They're talking about some things, Todd.
So Rio's head coach is out almost near the hash marks. I'm not sure what the discussion is, possibly a penalty on the return, but no flags were thrown. I'm not sure what he's discussing with their officials.
They're looking over something. We'll take a look. For now, Rio Grande football at their 49-yard line in 1 minute and 7.
After the interception, illegal block in the personal foul, illegal blindside block. Rio, number 7. That penalty is half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. Sideline interference, Defiance. That 15-yard penalty is enforced from the end of the play.
Offsetting penalties are going to bring the ball back to, because they were dead ball penalties, sideline warning, and okay. So it looks like interception, penalty against Rio, and then sideline interference. All of that sets us up at the 20-yard line where it's going to be Red Storm football with 1 minute 7 to go. They trail 20-6. I have to think that changes your view on things a little bit here.
Of course, the return is essentially negated for the most part. So now Defiance does have 3 timeouts. Defensively, I'm thinking about using them. If I'm Rio, I'm just trying to get into the locker room at 20-6 right now.
Ludoff calling out signals. He's got 3 receivers to his right. He's under center. William Cashelli in motion, back to the right side. Ludoff hands off to his left. That's Quintel Thomas. Thomas is knocked down at about the 23-yard line.
If you like physical football, you've got Jack Sorrell, the guard, pulled around, and massive collision between him and defensive end Daryl Owens for Defiance. These guys are playing hard. Both teams want this game and love the physicality out there on the field.
Ludolf calling out signals here, clock ticking away, 41 seconds. Directing traffic. Ball snapped. Ludolf drops back. He's on the run to his right. That ball's knocked away, fumbled, picked up by Defiance. That's number 11, Davidson LeConte. And Defiance is going to come away with the football inside of the Rio Grande Red Storm 10-yard line. 25 seconds, 0.8 remaining in the second quarter. That's what you didn't want to see if you're a Red Storm fan.
Exactly. When the clock was running, I was surprised Defiance wasn't burning their timeouts to try to preserve time and force Rio to punt, but they weren't. Defiance was content with letting the clock run out, and Rio did exactly what they couldn't do. They couldn't afford to do, commit a big turnover. Now Defiance is set up at the +6, first and goal.
First and goal for Defiance at the 6-yard line. That's Tristan Thomas in the backfield, and someone to keep an eye on as well. He scampered away earlier with one. And it is a reverse to Rome on the jet, and yep, he's into the end zone. 7-yard touchdown run for Tawan Rome.
There have been so many big plays on both sides, wild swings of momentum in this first half. And Rio looked like they were going to get out of the half at 20-6, get into the locker room and regroup and try to make a run at this in the second half. Such a costly turnover there. You'd love for the defense to be able to force a field goal attempt, and they weren't able to do that. And now Defiance has a 3-score lead now.
On to handle the point after duties, Carson Marroquin for Defiance yet again, 26-6 at the moment. Ball snap, hold good, and the extra point is good right down the center here. And we're going to keep it right here for just a moment. 20 seconds remaining in the first half of this game. The Red Storm trail 27-6. And Todd, I have to assume that based on the return, the Red Storm probably going to look to take this one into the locker room, regroup, try to figure out some things, make some adjustments. Hopefully you come away with a nice return here, try to make something happen. But like we said, what you didn't want to see after a few big plays and the big stop you came away with.
Yeah, and it's easy to criticize the play call, and I think that's fair. But then Aiden Ludolf, yes, you're a freshman, but you're the starting QB, and you have to know in that situation, can't afford the turnover no matter what. If you're under pressure, either throw it away or just go down and take the sack and just let the clock run out. But, I mean, the one thing he couldn't do is what he did. And so you would have liked a more conservative play call to not put him in that position, but he still has to be smarter than that. And that's something, again, that you got a ton of young players here for Rio. They're going to grow. They're going to learn. They're going to improve.
Absolutely. Marroquin to kick it off here from the left hash. Ball is away. And that is Murray on the return. He is met. I believe that's number 85 for Defiance. That's Amir Spakina.
Nice play by him. Nice physicality, taking on the block and shedding it to make a play for Defiance. So now, yeah, I think you kneel on it here, get into the locker room, and just you can talk to everybody and try to regroup at halftime.
Red Storm start with it at their own 25-yard line. 14.4 remaining here in the second quarter. They trail 27-6. Looks like a take a knee type of situation here. Ludolf under center. Defiance stands around him. And that's exactly what the Red Storm is going to do to take it into the half. The University of Rio Grande trail at the half, the first half of football for the college in 76 years. Currently trailing 27-6, but don't tell the Red Storm faithful there's a lot of pride in these stands today regardless. We're going to take our first break of halftime. When we get back, we'll have the Red Storm halftime report presented by Hire. That'll include 60 seconds of sound from the University of Rio Grande Marching Band, a first half recap, and the Red Storm halftime interview with President Smith. Keep it right here. More Red Storm football when we return.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please welcome your 2025 Red Storm dance team. They'll be performing Tick Tick Boom. Team members include junior Sarah Williams, sophomore Ava Hill, sophomore Mary Beth Sherman, sophomore Violet Burkhart, sophomore Kelly Prince, sophomore Aaron Baisden, freshman Brianna Reinhardt, freshman Destiny Oak Spice, freshman Hallie Lewis, freshman Kennedy Fuller, and freshman Allie Day. The team's head coach is Alicia Ray Wilson.
Key, Matt, come on, ladies. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. Ranch or mayonnaise? What do you say, man? Yeah, say.
Working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, go in peace. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. Tick, tick, boom. Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be behind the diamonds hiding. Want it to be this way, but y'all don't need to try this. So it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's good. A piece. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, go in peace. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. Tick, tick, boom. You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, go in peace. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. Tick, tick, boom.
Let's go for 2025 Red Storm dance team. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the University of Rio Grande and Rio Grande Community College are proudly welcoming you to the field for a historic moment in Red Storm history. This afternoon, the University of Rio Grande Music Department is proud to present the inaugural performance of the 2025 Red Storm Marching Band. Under the direction of John Eckstein, with staff including percussion instructor Dan DeLong, drill designer and marching instructor Dwayne DeWire, color guard instructor Tonda Hamilton, and led on the field by our very first drum major, Sierra Denny. We're thrilled to bring you the excitement, tradition, and spirit of our brand new marching program. Today's halftime production is titled I Go to Rio, our own Red Storm twist on the classic tune, I Go to Rio de Janeiro.
And to conclude their debut performance, the band proudly presents the Rio Grand Victory Song, a powerful anthem of school pride and Red Storm tradition. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, for the very first time in school history, your 2025 Red Storm Marching Band.
Again, Ryan Smith joining us on the broadcast today, sir. Thanks for the time.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
And President, it's a historic day. We all feel the excitement and the energy. We wish the score was a little bit different, but we control what we can control up here. What are your thoughts on everything happening in real time? As we watch the band, we've seen the dance. The cheerleaders look and sound phenomenal as well. How are we feeling about this whole experience?
Well, I'll tell you, when I saw them run out on the field and the cheer squad out there and everything else, I mean, it's really quite an accomplishment. A lot of people didn't think we could get here, and here we are, and we've got a full team. And honestly, I think they look, for a brand-new team, they're not doing too bad.
I agree.
I mean, they start with the 3 and out, and we score on the second offensive play, and I thought, here we go. It hasn't been so great since then, but they're playing hard.
I think Coach Thurston will have some things that he can build upon. We talked about this a little bit the other day. The first for so many things today. We saw the first touchdown. We saw the first takeaway that we've seen in 76 years. Let's talk about seeing those opportunities in real time today. The band's right around 20 or hovering around 20. Todd mentioned a moment ago jokingly that number's probably going to expand in these next few years. Let's talk about things moving forward, and just this really sets the stage for a ton of opportunities for our local athletes. And like you said it, you did it. Rio Grande did it.
We made it. We made it, and people don't understand. I didn't understand the magnitude of what it takes to get a football program off the ground. There's so many moving parts and so on and so forth, and to add band and expand our cheer and have dance. I mean, there are a lot of opportunities, and honestly, if you can get our students involved in things, their persistence because they find their community, they stick with us, they graduate. That's what we want.
Yeah.
They have a great college experience. Today's environment, I think the crowd's fantastic, especially when we're competing with some other big game up the road.
Yeah, someone mentioned that earlier. I heard about it.
But it really is so exciting. There's so many different things for people to be involved in. I agree with you. The band will probably be 60 or 70 at some point.
I agree.
There's so many students that want an opportunity to continue to do what they enjoy and get an education, and that's what we're here for.
Who are some of the minds behind the scenes? We talk a lot about Coach Thurston and some of these other pieces of the puzzle that we have the opportunity to see in the public eye. Who are some of these pieces behind the scenes that help make something like this come together? I mean, it's an everyone effort, but who are some of the bigger pieces?
Well, I mean, I have to take my hat off to our AD, Jeff Lanham, assistant AD, Brandon Bias. I mean, they have done a tremendous job. Coach Thurston's got a great staff.
Yes.
Dustin Barrow and Gary Kroll are our coordinators. They just all, everybody plays a role, and it takes so many people just to coordinate all this. They've done a great job. My CFO is actually over athletics, Megan Fraley. She does a fantastic job making sure the budgets are in line. So, it really does. It takes a village to make this whole thing work, and they've done an excellent job.
Well, there's no community quite like the community down on the farm in Rio Grande. There's just not quite anything like it. I think that's translated well today. I think the turnout has been phenomenal. Coach Thurston mentioned something to me. He said that the goal for us is play hard, and everything else will take care of itself. I think that he has done that today. And I think the University of Rio Grande football is in a pretty good light. Todd Worley's joined us today, and he's seen some pretty good football things as well. I think Rio Grande football is going to be in a really good spot after day one, looking ahead at the rest of the year, sir.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of great things to look at and say we did well. Obviously, we have a lot to work on, right? I mean, there's a lot of mishaps and things, and when you've practiced for 3.5 weeks, just making sure you got the kickoff team out there and everybody's out there. I mean, that happens to teams all the time at the D1 level. So I expected things like that, but I think we've got a good nucleus of what's happening, and they'll watch the film once this is over and get back to work and, just keep competing.
Anything else you want to shed some light on before we let you get back to the ceremonial day that it is here?
Well, I do want to make sure I mention to the cooperation we've got from Jackson City Schools.
Yes.
Phil Howard, he's an alum from Rio. He's really excited about the program, both football and band, and what it means to Jackson and this community. And they've been great to work with. This facility's top-notch.
Wonderful.
We are fortunate to have it. I tell people all the time when they say, you don't have your own field, I say, well, we're playing in a high school. And they think it's a high school. I'm like, no, this is like D2 level field.
Yeah,
this is really nice. So they've been great to work with, and obviously we got a ton of crowd here today. Huge support. When I pulled in and saw as many cars as there were an hour ahead of time, I thought, wow. This is fantastic.
Yeah. It's going to become its own brand of football. I think it's well on its way between the leadership of yourself, the two folks you mentioned, Jeff Langham, Brandon Bias, Coach Thurston's leadership. He's doing great things. We've seen some awesome things. Rio Grande football is going to build a brand that people can be proud of in this area. And we appreciate you for tackling the task of bringing it to us, sir. This whole day would have been possible without your vision. So we appreciate it, and we thank you for your cooperation as well and helping us be a part of it. This is awesome. So we thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Good things to come.
Thank you.
Look forward to it.
University of Rio Grande President Ryan Smith joining us this afternoon. Thanks so much. And Todd, we had an opportunity to hear from the top voice from the college. He seems pleasantly pleased with the day, I think. Let's go ahead and switch the gear just a little bit back to football for just a moment. We had Randy Payton, the sports information director for the university. By the way, I want to shout out Randy Payton for helping us get prepared and not look like total bozos today. He's been an awesome guy. We love Randy.
The legend.
The legend, man.
Yes.
He's the man down on the farm. If you don't know, everyone, all the students, everyone down on the farm loves Randy. But he slid us over some statistics we're going to go ahead and take a peek at and break down for you today. But Todd, what are you seeing as we sift through some of these things here?
So, start offensively for Rio. I think Defiance is the strength of their defense is probably their defensive line. You've got, we talked about it earlier. You've got Dominic Harris. He's playing well for them. Davidson LeConte is playing well. Darrell Owens is playing well. And so, Rio, that's a challenge for any offensive line. Then you've got a bunch of freshmen and sophomores out there on your offensive line. And Coach Thurston alluded to the other day, they've had a lot of moving parts up front, offensive line-wise. They've had a lot of guys injured in and out of the lineup, had some eligibility issues as well. And so this may not even be Rio's best 5 offensive linemen among a group of freshmen and sophomores. And so you have to, how do you counter that? So I think you really have to get into the screen game and the draw game. And so I think that's one way to slow those guys down a bit. There was a play call late in the second quarter where Rio did run a screen.
Yes.
I'd love to see more of that. I think that has to be key. In Rio's first series, I think you're going to have to feature several of those. Slow those guys down, get things going, get some momentum going back the other way. Defensively, I think, you're playing against a veteran QB. Jelani Warren, yes, he had the one overthrow he'd love to have back that resulted in a pick. But in general, he's been pretty accurate and made wise decisions as well. And so I think you really have to heat them up. I mean, Rio runs a 3-3-based defense.
Yeah.
I think when you only have three guys rushing the QB on key passing downs, even if one of those guys wins the matchup, he still has plenty of room to buy himself extra time in the pocket. I think you've got to dial up some more blitzes, bring 1 or 2 or maybe 3 more guys, and bring one more than Defiance can block. Really force the issue, force the ball out of his hands, because when you've got a veteran QB that can move and he's accurate and he's poised like Jelani Warren is, you're just you're playing with fire when you give him that much time to pick you apart.
And you're exactly right. The veteran quarterback in the run game, and quite frankly, let's just call it what it is. That looks like an offensive line that's gelled, that's played together before, and maybe hasn't been playing football for 3 or 4 weeks together. So all things considered, I agree with you. Some things that we can build upon, some things that, quite frankly, we can change right here on half number 2 coming out of the locker room, which will be really good to see. We're going to go ahead and take our final break of the half here. When we get back, we'll go ahead and read through some of the more notable statistics if we need to, and we'll get you ready for the second half of football from Alumni Stadium here between the the University of Rio Grande and Defiance College. Keep it right here on 96.7 WKOV.
In advance, don't forget those 50 tickets are available. $1 a piece, 6 for $5, or an arm length for $10. 50% of all proceeds going back to the Rio women's wrestling team.
Hasn't seen it on film. You've had a chance to go over it in the locker room. Perfect time to pull that right now.
Mariquin to kick it away. Looks like Murray lets it go over his head, and that one rolls into the end zone here for a touchback.
So I have to think Defiance is thinking they've given up some big plays in this game. Their defense has started to play better late in the second quarter in particular. They're probably trying to put the clamps down here and put this game out of the reach. So their defense is thinking 3 and out, let's make some plays. And so Rio, I think you can use that to your advantage. Again, I think you can lure those defensive linemen upfield, open up some vertical seams with draws or screens. I think that, to me, 1st down and 10, that's what I'm calling right here.
Trying to get ahead of the sticks here for the Red Storm as they trot back onto the field. Ludoff looking to take the first snap under center. He's got 2 receivers to each side. In the backfield behind him is Simi Jaffa-Gunliai. Ball snapped, and it is handed off to Jaffa-Gunliai. He is swarmed by a host of Yellow Jackets there. In on the stop first was number 7 for Defiance. That was Jay Graves.
Graves and Daryl Owens is playing some ball, their defensive end up at the top there, both in the running game and the passing game. So again, I think like those matchups are tough for Rio right now, both one-on-one in the passing game and blocking these guys up front in the running game. So I think you really have to lean on some draws and screens here to get these guys off balance. That's the only way you're going to loosen up this defense.
The Red Storm getting the play together here. It looks like they're going to switching some personnel around here. We're going to go 3 receivers to the left here. Ludoff awaiting the snap under center. He gets the snap just before the play clock winds down, and Simi Jaffa-Gunliai is swallowed up in the backfield there, and you're not going to believe it. That's Dominic Harris.
Once again, man. And so and that might be the easiest play he ever makes. It's a running play. He went unblocked. And not sure who blew the assignment up front for Rio, but there was some sort of miscommunication. You leave their best player, who's a defensive end, you leave him unblocked to the side you're running to, you're asking for trouble, and that's what happened there.
3rd and about 17 for the Red Storm.
So both from where you are on the field, 3rd and 17, and just the game strategy, I think have to hit a screen here. Just at least get your QB in some rhythm here.
5 wide for the Red Storm. Ludoff awaiting the snap. The Yellow Jackets looking to rush 5. They do rush 5. And Ludoff is snagged in the backfield by number 13. That's Tyshawn Woodson.
Nice play by Woodson. So Rio ran a QB draw there, was trying to get those guys upfield and then maybe pop something behind them. Tyshawn Woodson stayed home, made a really good play from his linebacker spot. And, you know, Defiance came out of the locker room. That's a great series for them to open the half as a defense, not only to get 3 and out, to push Rio 10 yards further back. Now, on this punt, need to protect, need a better snap here. Those are keys here on this play.
Andy Meldick with his back foot on his own goal line here, looking to kick it away for the Red Storm. Ball snapped, received by Meldick. Blocking holds up. It's a wobbly kick to the right side of the field. Bounces back over midfield. It's picked up by Defiance. That's number 22 picking up that one. And he's able to hang on to it, but we wondered for a second there if that one might have slipped away. It doesn't. Defiance is going to maintain the football. And they're going to have possession at about the 43-yard line to start this drive.
So
46.
One bright sign there, one good sign there was that was the best long snap that Rio's had today. Still a little more zip on it, but there was more zip than there had been, and it was accurate, and that enabled the operation to be that much faster to get the ball off cleanly. So Defiance takes over at the plus 45. Rio's defense gets tested right out of the gate here. Needs to step up with a big stop here.
Jelani Warren set to receive the snap. He hands off to number 20. And that's no number for number 20 this afternoon. Nice stop by the Red Storm defense, though. Only a pickup of 2 on that one.
Nate Lopez and Pierre Hicks, good plays by both of them, working downhill to limit Defiance to the short game there.
Tristan Thomas in the backfield now with Warren. 3 receivers to the left on the far side of the field. Ball snapped. Warren tosses it to Thomas. Thomas is brought down after a pickup of about 4 at the 44-yard line. It's going to be a third down and about 4 for Defiance.
So another positive sign that I'm seeing, when Defiance does those perimeter runs, Rio's got guys running the ball. They've got guys maintaining their gaps. They've got guys with their eyes on the right place. Those are all hard things to do for a young team, a young defense in the season opener without spring practice with a short fall camp. Really positive, impressive signs early by this Rio defense.
Warren set to receive the snap. 3 receivers to his right. Ball is snapped. Warren runs the option. That's 2 there. Sorry, that's not Warren on the carry.
So when you play defense against an option, you have to account for the QB and the pitch, and that's all about discipline and playing assignment football as a defense. Rio is great on that play. Really nice play there. Such a big play now, 4th and 2. You want to get back in this game, get a stop here, get some momentum, get the offense back on the field.
4th and 2 could be a statement play here. Hand it off to Thomas. He breaks through. He crosses the 30-yard line. It is good for a Defiance first down at the 30-yard line of the Red Storm.
Such a good cut by Tristan Thomas. There wasn't anything front side. He had the vision to see it, stuck his foot in the ground, had the feet and explosiveness and the forward body lean to explode upfield and move the chains for the Defiance offense. Big conversion by Defiance there.
We've got an injury on the field for the Red Storm. We'll step away for just a quick moment here. We'll keep it right here, I'm told. It's Nate Lopez hopping up off the field. And again, a young man who's been everywhere today. I mean, he might be a little bit sore tomorrow. Could really use the ice bath on a Sunday tomorrow.
And you know who else is going to be sore? All those guys he's hitting play after play, man. He brings the wood, man. He's a fun watch and such a good, like, you want to launch a football program, but one of the key guys to start with is a safety like that that's going to fly around like that and hit people like that.
Ball snapped, handed off to the far side. That's number 14 on the carry. He's knocked out of bounds just shy of the 15-yard line at the 17. No number for 14 today either.
So Rio strung that out, and then on the pitch there was no one there on the outside. So we were talking about assignment football and an option, and Rio did not meet it on that play.
2 receivers to each side. Ball at the 17-yard line for Warren. He snaps, hands it off to Thomas. Thomas makes man miss. He's inside the 10-yard line, just shy of a first down. It's going to be 2nd and about 2.
So the Defiance offensive line is kind of getting into their groove now, and Tristan Thomas is really running the ball with confidence. He's seeing it. He's confident and decisive here.
Ball snapped. Warren hands off to Thomas. Thomas, another decisive cut across the 5-yard line. Going to be a 1st and goal situation for the Yellow Jackets here. 9:19 remaining in the 3rd.
So you have an injured player down the field. I was just going to say it wouldn't be a bad idea to call a timeout here defensively. I know there's plenty of time left in this game, but you feel like this game is kind of in the balance. If Rio wants to actually come back and win this game, need to keep Defiance out of the end zone in this series. Defiance does such a good job of pushing the tempo that it's easy on a long drive. Your defense is going to get worn out, and you don't have an opportunity to sub either. And so hopefully whoever is injured is okay, but the injury stoppage may help the rest of the guys just in terms of catching their breath.
Coming off the field after the injury for the Red Storm is number 21, Gavin Bigpin, sophomore, 5'11", 170 pounds. He's going to take a break.
So 1st and goal at the 3. You have to think Defiance is either running between the tackles, they've been having success with Tristan Thomas, or get Jelani Warren on the edge with a run-pass option. Have to read your keys, keep contained on the outside, and to me, I like a blitz here to force the action for the offense.
Warren brings the man in motion, hand it off to Thomas up the middle, and he's stuffed by 3 or 4 different Red Storm jerseys there. Not much going on that one, Todd.
There you go. And so Defiance has all the momentum in this game. It's no secret. And they're up by 3 scores, could be 4 very soon. But these kids for Rio are fighting. They're not just laying down and letting them into the end zone. Love to stop there. Second and goal. They still have some breath here. Let's go.
Second and goal from the 2. Warren waits for the snap. He catches the snap, fakes a toss, and steps up, crosses the goal line into the end zone there. 6 points for Defiance. It's going to make it 33-6.
Looked like Nick Buskey had the chance to make a play there in the backfield and wasn't able to bring Jelani Warren to the ground. Touchdown Defiance. Still, have to respect the character, the effort that Rio's playing with right now. He's playing, no matter what the time and score situation is, these guys aren't laying down.
On to attempt the PAT is Mariquin. Snap, hold, good. Kick is good. And with 8:31 remaining in the third quarter, Defiance leads 34-6. We'll step aside for a break. You're listening to Red Storm Football 96.7 WKOV. Welcome back to Alumni Stadium. Eric Landrum, Todd Worley bringing you Red Storm Football on 96.7 WKOV. 8:31 remaining in the third quarter. Defiance leads 34-6 as Carson Mariquin looks to kick it off from the 35-yard line. Back deep for the Red Storm is Murray and Michael Moore. Moore is going to come away with it. Drops it on the attempt. And he brings it out of the end zone. Nice cut. He breaks it out of the end zone across the 20-yard line and comes away with it. Makes something happen there, Todd. And the Red Storm's going to start with the football at the 21-yard line.
Averted disaster. There could have been tackled inside the 5, and then made a few guys miss, and nice return under the circumstances. So now just want to get something positive going with the offense. You'd love to get some confidence for Aiden Ludoff, find something that you can have some success with. Whether you get points out of this drive or not, just get some first downs, start to feel good about the offense, because it's been a while since that's happened for Rio.
Ludoff leading the offense back onto the field for the Red Storm. He's under center. The Red Storm line up 3-by-1 with the back in the backfield deep. Cooley split out to the left. Toss sweep to Cartwright. Not able to get outside, trying to spin back inside, unable to do so. It's going to be a loss of about 4 or 5 for the Red Storm on first down.
So Rio's really having trouble to create much of a push in the running game up front. Defiance is talented and disciplined and experienced up front, and it's been tough slaying to run against these guys. You have to. I hate to be a broken record here, but you have to go to the draw and screen game. You're going to have trouble running on these guys consistently, and in the passing game, they're tough to block as well. So have to loosen this defense up somehow. I think the only way to possibly do that is in the draw and screen game.
See what they do here on second down. Lined up 2 receivers to each side. They motion across the formation. That ball's thrown out, incomplete, nearly picked off by the near side corner here by Jay Graves. That pass was intended for, I believe it was number 6 for the Red Storm. That was Michael Moore.
And nearly a pick by Defiance, like you said. If good enough pass where you like to see Michael Moore catch the ball, and that was set up pretty well by Rio, the bubble screen, and it looked like they had it blocked. He might have had some positive yards on that if he's able to hang on. So now 3rd and long, if you're doing a drop back pass, you have to again, said this several times, have to double team Dominic Harris, potentially Darrell Owens as well, because he's playing very well. So again, like a screen pass on this play.
Harris 44 on the edge here. Ludoff under center. Motion across the formation. A trap run back inside. Cartwright trying to drag Yellow Jackets as far as he can. After a pickup of about 4, he's able to get it back to the original line of scrimmage, or maybe just a little across. It's going to be 4th and just shy of 10.
So it looks like Rio tried to hit Defiance at the draw there. I've been calling for draws and screens. I would have preferred the screen in that situation, because then you can get the ball out on the edge, first of all, and second of all, you develop some confidence and rhythm with Aiden Ludoff. But so offense goes 3 and out. Need to have a good snap here. have a solid punt and get your defense back on the field and get back into some rhythm defensively as well.
Set to kick it away is Meldick from his 11-yard line. Awkward snap, he handles it well, kicks the ball, it bounces just across the 50-yard line, and it takes a big Red Storm roll across the 35-yard line, now the 30, and where it's down at the 29-yard line, and that's where Defiance will start with possession here. And once again, the Red Storm offense comes back, or defense rather, comes back out onto the field, trying to keep Defiance off the scoreboard, Todd.
Yeah, that long snap actually hit one of the guys in the shield in the punt protection unit, and Rio was fortunate that the ball still got to the punter. The punter had a very fortunate bounce. Great when you punt when you're backed up like that and you punt, and the result is the opponent takes over the -29. That's an outstanding result there for the punt team for Rio.
Defiance back on the field, 3 receivers to the left for Warren as he receives the snap. He hands it off to Tristan Thomas. May not be Thomas, actually. It looks like for Tevin Lewis Johnson, who runs hard downhill, picks up a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
He is. You can tell he wants more playing time, and he's running like it. He's hungry.
That is the junior in the backfield behind Warren. Warren receives a snap. He hands it off to Lewis Johnson again, and he's brought down after a pickup of about a couple there for the Red Storm.
So you'd love to see someone on Rio's defense come up and make a big play. It looks like Lopez is not back in the game yet, which is a hit to the Rio defense, but still you have some other guys out there that can make some plays. Need someone to step up here.
Warren back to the line, looking over the defense. 3 receivers to his left. Lewis Johnson in the backfield with him. He looks to his left, hits the receiver on the screen. That's number 14 out there. That's, again, no number for 14 today.
So Defiance are in a tunnel screen there, and you love the way Rio's running the ball. Not just the back 7 guys, but you've got Caleb Saunders, defensive tackle. You've got, looked like Kyron Carter as well running the ball. Again, you're down 34-6, late third quarter, and these guys are still flying around. You love that from a culture standpoint.
3rd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Warren brings a man in motion. He fakes the handoff, drops back, throws the ball over the middle of the field. It is caught by number 5, Sean J. Gibson, and he breaks away. And that is a 59-yard touchdown pass from Warren to Johnson. Defiance now leads 40-6.
It was similar to what happened earlier in the game. Looked like Rio's coverage turned someone loose. Whether there's a miscommunication, it's hard to tell. But just you give a veteran QB a receiver wide open down the seam like that, he's going to hit him all day long.
Merrick went on to kick away the PAT here. 4:50 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Snap good, hold good, kick is away. And it is good. We'll be back with more Red Storm football in just a moment. 4:50 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Red Storm trail 41-6. Keep it right here. Red Storm football, KOV.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
That's Mylan Murray on the return. He's at the 10-yard line, makes the cut, trying to find a lane, not able to do so, and he's finally brought down about the 19-yard line. That's where the Red Storm will begin this possession.
So on that long touchdown pass, it looked like you got the safety in the middle of the field, and you have a veteran QB, Jelani Warren. It looked like there was the safety off to one side, threw back the other way, and that was part of why the receiver was so wide open, because the QB was able to manipulate the safety in one direction and throw it back the other side. It's a great play by a veteran QB, and Defiance capitalized on that for the big play.
Red Storm take the field with 4:45 to go in the third. Ludoff under center. He hands it off to Cartwright. Cartwright bounces off some tackles. He's able to make something happen. He crosses the 20-yard line, about the 25-yard line, where he's knocked out of bounds after a hard-working 5 yards.
You said it, for a 5-yard gain. Heck of a run there by Jalen Cartwright. And so you're down 41-6. This game's probably out of the reach, obviously, but like still so many positives you can take from this. You still want some positive drives, get some guys going, find some things they feel confident in, and establish your identity as an offense here.
I have a feeling Cartwright's going to be tough to bring down with one guy as the season goes on. We'll continue to watch that one. Ludoff under center, 2-by-2. Cartwright in the backfield behind him. Ball snap, handed off to Cartwright, trying to make a man miss, unable to do so, and he is swarmed in the backfield by the Defiance College Yellow Jackets. Hunter Coltrane in on the stop for the Yellow Jackets.
Defiance has a lot of backups in on up front, and those guys are still playing really well against the run.
Fortunately, we got a big down for the Red Storm. We're going to step aside here, try to catch up on time. We'll get you an update on the injured player when we return. Welcome back to Alumni Stadium. Eric Landrum, Todd Worley, bringing you the action of Red Storm football in the third quarter. Looks like the injured Red Storm player hopping off the field was 71, James Sheets, freshman from Crown City. Played really good football for the Rebels a year ago. He's going to take him a breather. We'll get you an update if we can at some point in the contest. Ludoff takes the snap, hands it off to Cartwright, trying to make a man miss, and that is a strong tackle coming up there by number 23 for Defiance. Again, I don't have a number on 23 at the moment either.
It looks like Ryo's lining up to punt. Don't have much to lose if you go for it, but also needed work on the punting operation, so I understand the decision from that perspective.
Set to kick it away is Meldick for the Red Storm. Looks like we may see a timeout here. Are we good here? Yeah. There we go. There we go. Ironing out some technical difficulties. Again, it's week one for everyone, folks.
Season opener, yes. And, you know, credit to the Rio faithful. It's 41-6, late third quarter. If you were at just about any college game, the stands would be emptying out by now.
Great point.
All these people are still here. They're so excited about this program. And just if you're a player, you know it's that type of thing. You look up in the stands in a game that's lopsided in the wrong direction, and your fans are still there for you. That means a lot to you as a player.
Yeah, I think it does. And this Rio community showed up and showed out for its team today. Again, historic day, no matter what the wins or loss, the way things shape up. Going to be a day I think everyone here in attendance remembers for sure. Red Storm looking to punt it away. 2:52 remaining in the third quarter. They trail 41-6 to the Defiance College Yellow Jackets. We'll see what the Red Storm do on the punt attempt. 4th and 2 from their own 27-yard line.
So philosophically, like, you've got 14, 15 minutes left in this game. Or I'm sorry, 17, 18 minutes left in this game.
Yeah.
How much do you want to show? Do you want to show a lot and give your opponents more to work on in practice, or not show anything and keep it more of a mystery moving forward? That'll be interesting.
Ball snapped. Meldick takes off with it, trying to make something happen, rolls out to the right, gets a spiraling kick away. It's going to be well over the head of the return man. Once again, takes a bounce in the spot that it's pretty much bouncing and rolls dead at the 25-yard line.
Okay.
Nice play again by Meldick.
Oh my goodness, some understatement of the year. Like do you know how many people on earth could, standing still with no rush, could punt that like he did? And then not only did they do it like that, but he was sprinting to the right under pressure at full speed and punted while he was rolling to the right, and then put that kind of punt out there. Outstanding punt by Meldick. Very, very, very impressive.
And he's going to stay on the field for defense. Of course, coming away with a huge interception earlier. He's made the most of his reps today that we've gotten to see from Meldick, Andy Meldick from Oak Hill, just right down the road here. Warren back on the offense, leading the Defiance College Yellow Jackets onto the field. He's got 3 receivers to his right, a back to his left, and 1 receiver to his left. We haven't seen much single receiver work today. And that ball is handed off to Cameron Turner, number 26, and he is stopped back at the line of scrimmage. Now that's 28 there on the carry.
Nice play by defensive end Dakari Reese, beating the block, shedding it, and then making the play. Then Nate Lopez is back on the field, 41-6 game. He's gotten hurt at least twice in this game. He's still out there plugging away with his guys. Love to see that.
What a gamer. We love it. Warren back to the line here. Looking to snap it from his own 25-yard line, 2:04 remaining in the third. Brings the man in motion. He gives it to the motion man, and that's number 14. And he is stopped after a pickup of maybe a yard. I saw 3 different Red Storm hats getting up off the ground.
And flying around, and Nate Lopez delivered the big blow there. The right guard for Defiance jumped there, and I'm surprised the refs missed that. Would have been nice to put them behind the sticks. But still, 3rd and long here, 3rd and 8. I think the play call will be interesting based on the time and score situation. Does Defiance just run it to keep running the clock out? If they're going to throw the ball, I think you really need to consider dialing up a blitz here.
Warren brings the man in motion. He fakes the handoff to him, steps back to throw it, steps up in the pocket now, and Warren crosses the 35-yard line, flag down. He crosses the 40, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 42-yard line. We'll keep an eye on this flag back here.
Should be coming back, a hold on one of the receivers for Defiance, I think. Ryo's not getting any pressure up front, though, and so that is a concern. You have a veteran QB like that.
Sure.
Whether with his legs or with his arm, he's going to pick you apart somehow. You have to get pressure, and if your front 3 can't do it, which is understandable, they're 3 against 5, then you need to dial up some blitzes.
It is a hold. It will back up Defiance College, and that will put the Red Storm in a much better position than they were about to be after the scamper there by Warren. It's going to be 3rd and 10 from the near side hash here.
I'm blitzing Nick Buskey right here if I'm Rio. He's had some success on blitzes early in this game.
Let's see what they do. Warren gets a snap. Red Storm send 3. Warren rolls out to his left. He throws the ball away. It is caught at the 35-yard line, and the receiver is still running, couldn't get a number, knocked out of bounds, and there's a flag that comes in late as well.
That one may be on Rio, we'll see, but you know, you give a QB, a veteran QB like this who's accurate, he's a good decision maker, you give him all day back there. Rio's not generating any pressure, and you're running his own coverage. Something's open, and if he has time to work his progressions, he's going to do that and deliver the ball accurately, and he did that once again. Move the chains on 3rd and 10 for Defiance's offense.
We're going to add to the yardage as well by the looks of it. If you're a Yellow Jackets fan, that should put things pretty close to midfield here, as the penalty will actually put the ball at the 45-yard line of Rio Grande, where the Yellow Jackets have it 1st and 10, 49 seconds to go. Warren looks over the defense, snaps the ball. It's handed off to 28, makes a man miss, crosses the 40-yard line, dragged down at the 44-yard line, and that could do it here from the 1st quarter, or 3rd quarter rather.
So I would be surprised if Defiance stops it again before the quarter ends. And if I'm Rio, you keep your starters out there for the 4th quarter. Lopsided game, long season ahead of you. Last thing you want is some key guys to go down with injury. They've already battled a bunch of key injuries, it sounds like, during fall camp. And so the last thing you want is another key guy to go down. So to me, I think about starting to sub some guys in at this point.
That will do it for the third quarter from Alumni Stadium, where the University of Rio Grande trailed Defiance College 41-6. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of Red Storm football here on 96.7 WKOV in just a moment. Keep it right here.
Sophomores are Maddie Bowling, Macy Potter, and Natalie Yates. Freshmen, Brenlyn Denny, Reagan Bradford. The ball carrier. Caught by number 7, Pierre Riggs. Timeout for an injured player. All right, fans, get those 50-50 split the pot ticket raffle tickets ready. We'll be drawing that number, and our winner, you're going to pick that up at the table down by the main entrance. Last play resulted in a gain of 2, making it 3rd and 2 on the 38-yard line. The ball carrier. There's a flag on the play. Holding. Offense, number 14. 10-yard penalty. Play 3rd down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winning split the pot ticket number for $225 today, 206-0394. 206-0394. You can pick up your winnings down at the table by the gate. 206-0394. Your winning split the pot ticket number. 3rd and 8. Let's make some noise, Red Storm fans.
And 8 stands shaking at Alumni Stadium. Warren drops back, throws it over the middle of the field. He has a man. It is caught. That ball is pulled in by number 3, Caleb Johnson, 6'2", 180 wide receiver out of Trotwood Madison High School. And that's a first down inside the 20.
Senior quarterback just poised 3rd and 8. Obviously, the game's out of their reach, but still a situation where his offense could have gotten forced off the field. And just throws a strike over the middle. Really impressive kid, both decision-making, accuracy with the ball, arm strength, poise. Jelani Warren checks a lot of boxes as a QB at the college level.
Got a man down for the Red Storm. It's number 21, Gavin Thigpen, 5'11", 170-pound defensive back out of Mason High School.
You say 170 pounds, and he plays like he's about 210. Very physical and tough kid. Has played his heart out today. He's been fun to watch today. Let's hope he's okay.
First and 10 for the Defiance College Yellow Jackets here at the 15-yard line. threatening yet again. 13:52 remaining in this contest. Warren has 2 receivers to each side. He pitches it to the back to his right. He crosses the 10-yard line, brought down just inside the 10-yard line. And once again, for the University of Rio Grande, I got Robert Edwards out there.
And Nate Lopez, Edwards, yes, and Nate Lopez as well. Like, I'm not saying he's at this level, but for those who remember the safety for the Indianapolis Colts and the Iowa Hawkeyes before that, Bob Sanders, Nate Lopez has some of that same skill set, flying to the ball. He's coming downhill, super aggressive, super physical.
Warren tosses it to the right. And that ball is popped out after a huge hit. And it is recovered by the Red Storm. And that's Edwards on the recovery. What a hit, and a flag flies in late. It may be a little bit of taunting from the Red Storm.
Speaking of physical, Brian Russ absolutely destroys the ball carrier there, pops the ball out. And we are looking for some positive flashes late in this game. Individuals will step up and show something. And what did Brian Russ do? That right there. Great play.
What a play. What a hit. Ball goes flying. I mean, the collision, we hear it from here through the headsets, through the crowd. Huge collision, pops the ball out, and Rob Edwards able to fall on top of it for the Red Storm. They're going to come away with the football. They may be a little closer to their own end zone, though, than they want to be here.
One of my old coaches used to have a phrase, destroy their equipment, and that's what that reminds me of.
I love it.
You hit them so hard, the shoulder pads come unstrapped, the ear pad flies 20 yards away, the mouthpiece comes out, all his pads are mangled, his helmet's turned sideways. That was that type of hit by Brian Russ there. Outstanding hit, and you love the physicality for Rio.
I think maybe Jordan Hawkins for the Red Storm got a little bit excited after that play as well. And that's what caused us to be backed up inside our own 10-yard line. But again, like you said, a huge play that you can build on as the year goes on, and at least pause in film on Monday and take a look at it and say, hey, nice play, kid.
Of course, we can do this at this level. That's what you're saying to the players. And kind of surprised, Defiance has their first defensive line out there still in a lopsided game with some of your best players on the roster still out there. To me, if I'm Defiance, I'm not risking injury to those guys, but I'm assuming this would be their last series at this point. Can't imagine they keep them out there that much longer.
Red Storm with some key bodies in on the offensive side of things as well, as that's Q Thomas in the backfield. We've seen him get some carries today. Ludoff still under center for the Red Storm. Kashelli in motion. That ball's handed off to Quentin Tell Thomas. He picks up maybe a yard. Looks like he's pretty close to the original line of scrimmage as we approach the 13-minute mark.
And Defiance has essentially said the running game for Rio is closed for business. It's not going to happen as this game's unfolded. And so Rio hasn't really had any answers in the running game, but these guys are good up front, and you hope you can still find something to work. At some point, you're going to have to get the running game going in future games. So hope you can find something to get some rhythm and to latch on to that. But that's going to be something to continue working on in the week ahead at practice.
Ludoff under center here for the Red Storm. Quintel Williams in the backfield. Ball snapped. Not much going there. And a flag down on the near side as well.
While they sort this flag out, I understand that you're trying to get out of this game or keep the clock running on one hand, but would love to get Aiden Ludoff just some positive plays, some completions to feel good about himself moving into next week. And so to me, this is an opportunity to do that. You're going to lose this game. You're not going to get back in the game. It's not going to be a close result. So on one hand, on the other hand, this buys you 12 minutes of live game action to get your QB some live game reps, get some more practice, and hopefully that pays dividends next week and as the season progresses.
Those little things add up as the year goes on. Ludoff under center again, 2 receivers to each side. He's got Quintel Thomas in the backfield behind him. 2nd and 5. It's the Italian Kashelli in motion there. He sets up to the right, ball handed off. It's a fumble in the backfield. Aiden Ludoff looking to dive on it. Not able to get there in time, but I think a body for the Red Storm does. And that's number 2 in there, Josiah Ayers.
You like the effort there to recover the fumble. So this actually reminds me of, for NBA fans out there, when you watch a playoff series, you'll see let's say game 2 is a blowout, and then by the end of the game, a bench warmer for the team that's getting blown out hits 4 3-pointers late in the game.
Yeah.
Now his role expands as the series progresses, and so this is that type of situation for Rio. You can still find something to take away, find something of value here, see who steps up, see who flashes and deserves a larger role moving forward.
Backed up inside their own 5 at the 4-yard line. 3rd and 14 for the Red Storm here. Lugoff under center. He's got 3 receivers to his left. Cartwright in the backfield behind him. Handed off to the outside. And he's swallowed up by Dominic Harris just outside of the end zone for a safety. And Todd, I mean just outside of the end zone.
I think Rio got a generous spot there. I think it probably should have been a safety. But I think there is something that center QB exchange isn't as efficient of an operation as you'd like. And that's something to work on moving forward. You wonder, once again, Coach Thurston has talked about it's kind of been a revolving door offensive line in terms of guys in and out of the lineup with injuries and eligibility issues. You wonder how many reps those guys have gotten in practice, Lugoff in the center taking snaps together.
We're going to have a Red Storm timeout here. We'll step aside for just a moment. 10:30 to go in the 4th quarter. 41-6, Red Storm trail. Welcome back to Alumni Stadium. Eric Landrum, Todd Worley bringing you all of the action from this historic day at Alumni Stadium. The University of Rio Grande, first time in 76 years they've taken the field, and they are backed up in their own end zone. 4th and 16, ball, if you say 1 yard line, I believe it, but I don't know that it's not even the half-yard line. We're backed up in our own end zone, looking to kick it away, and we'll see what Andy Meldick does here. He's been no shortage of impressive today back there for the punting unit.
This is the maximum stress you could have on a punt team, and so this is good that Rio's getting a live game rep in this situation.
Ball snap, gets back there in good time. Meldick kicks away a beautiful kick. It's still in the air, spiraling, finally falls at the 46 of Defiance. And it is picked up by Kamari Juarez. Makes a few people miss, isn't quite able to cross midfield. But how about Meldick once again back there for the Red Storm?
Oh my goodness, in that situation, all you're thinking is don't get this blocked. You're telling the punter to shorten his approach, to take one less step so he can get the ball off quicker and make sure it doesn't get blocked. All you're thinking about is just getting it out. Instead, he does that and then just destroys the ball. Great hang time, great distance on that. He's had some really impressive punts today.
Yes.
And plays he's an athlete that also plays punter, and he's a weapon for Rio this year.
That one in the air for right at or well over 60 yards, however you want to look at it. Great kick from Meldick. Defiance back on the field with a 41-6 lead. 10-13 left to go in this contest. Jet sweep handed off to Caleb Johnson. And he is brought down. That's number 14, letting everybody know that he made the stop. That's Brian Russ again.
He's playing well, and especially in the second half here. And Defiance, every staff has their own philosophy on things. I'm somewhat surprised that Jelani Warren, the starting QB, is still in the game, and a lot of their first line guys are. But they may have some things to work on. They want to become more cohesive, and maybe they see this as their opportunity to do that.
Good point for Coach Bill Nickel. This is his 4th year. They're doing some building as well for Defiance. That one's handed off to, looked like number 30 for the Yellow Jackets. That'd be Trent Bereza, the Army transfer.
So, yes, 41-6, you don't like that if you're a Rio fan, but there are so many tough, physical, hard-playing guys on this Rio roster, and it's especially on the defense, and it's not just the stars, it's the guys that have rolled in as backups and also play on special teams. And that is like identifying that in recruiting and then fostering that once they're on campus. The Rio coaching staff has done a really nice job of that. That's impressive.
Warren brings a man in motion, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. He's got some room out to his left side. Finally knocked out of bounds. He's lucky, too, because that ball was popped away by Nate Lopez right after he stepped out of bounds. The ball stayed inbounds. Nate Lopez once again on the stop for the Red Storm.
He was. Nice play by Malachi Smith there. The safety came downhill, worked through traffic. And you love that, seeing safeties that will aggressively come downhill. And all of Rio's guys seem to do that. And he made a nice play there for the Rio defense.
4th and 2 on the field remains the Yellow Jackets offense at the Red Storm 45-yard line. Another man in motion, handed off to Bereza. And the Army transfer is going to be close to a first down. The near side official, line judge, is signaling for the first down. Looks like he got a little over that marker.
Just made it, yeah. You have to. I mean, you're under 8 minutes now. Have to think Defiance is going to start the sub on offense, but Rio defensively, just for pride purposes, you'd love to get a stop here, keep them off the scoreboard again, get the offense back out there as soon as possible.
7:45 to go in this contest. Defiance with a 41-6 lead, with the ball at the Red Storm 42-yard line. That ball snapped, handed off to the right, cut back by Bereza. Crosses the 40-yard line, brought down at the 39, flagged down as well.
Nice play by defensive end Dakari Reese. His man blocked down. He stayed stout and held the point of attack on the bowler and was able to limit the gain there defensively for Rio. And this may be a situation in defense of the Defiance coaching staff. It's possible that they're waiting for Rio to sub first, and then Defiance in turn will pick their guys out. You still expect the team that's way ahead to do that first, but so it's possible if Rio would start subbing more, then Defiance would as well. We'll see.
Waiting the signal from the sideline is Warren. Just under 7.5 minutes to play. Got 3 receivers to his right and a back to his right. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. He is hit hard and ball's thrown up for grabs. And coming away with it might be Meldick. Oh, it falls incomplete. And Meldick stands at about the 18-yard line without a helmet, and I think he's arguing pass interference on that one, Todd.
He was, and it was actually, I think, intentionally pass interference on the receiver, which was a great, if I'm the receivers coach, I'm thrilled with the receiver. It's a wounded duck up in the air. As a receiver, you're taught, do not let the ball get picked off, and the receiver did everything possible to not let it get picked off. And I want to say, Brian Russ is between him and Nate Lopez, there's some hard hitters in the secondary for the Rio defense, and these guys.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 2, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. Number 52 is allowed to stay in the game because his helmet came off as a result of a foul.
Really is, and things that we can build upon and talk about, as the year progresses. There's been no sign of slowing up on this Rio football team today as the backup quarterback steps into play here for Defiance College. That is 17, Jordan Southall. Under 7 minutes to go in this game. Southall's got 3 receivers to his right. Ball snapped, handed off to Bereza. Bereza cuts to the outside, and he's knocked out of bounds just past the 35-yard line. That's Edwards on the stop for the Red Storm.
Looked like Caleb Saunders actually played that well, the defensive end for Rio, and then just wasn't able to get off the block. Held the point of attack, forced it to bounce outside. If he's able to shed that, he probably tackles that for a loss of 1 or 2. I don't know. Might he have gotten a held on that play? Possibly. The refs didn't call it, though.
Southall steps to the line. He's got 2 receivers to each side. He brings a man in motion and gets handed off again to Bereza. This drive has been a heavy dose of Trent Bereza, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage or close to it by the Red Storm.
Nick Buskey was blitzing off the edge there, and you love how he executed that. Blitzes off the edge, makes a tackle for, like you said, either a loss or no gain. 3rd and short here, 3rd and about 1.5, 2 yards. Would love to get off the field here defensively.
First 3rd down of the day for Southall. Let's see how he performs here. Ball snapped. He fakes a toss out to his right, throws one wide open receiver over the middle of the field. It's caught by Caleb Johnson yet again, and that's another touchdown for Defiance as the score extends to 47-6.
Looks like Andy Meldick and Roderick Moss were talking there after the play. It looks like there's some sort of miscommunication in the Rio secondary that turned the receiver loose. He was wide open. That's you hate giving up easy scores like that, but again, you've got a roster filled with freshmen and sophomores getting their first game action. You don't have spring practice. Like, things like that are going to happen. So you don't like to see it, but it's not a huge surprise.
On to attempt the extra point is Mariquin. We're going to see a timeout from Defiance. Let's step aside for just a moment. We'll be right back. You're listening to Red Storm Football 96.7 WKOV. Welcome back to Alumni Stadium. Eric Landrum, Todd Worley bringing you the action for Red Storm Football, who currently trail in the fourth quarter with 5:39 remaining by a score of 47-6. On to attempt the extra point for the Defiance College Yellow Jackets is Carson Mariquin. And as an official hops back onto the field, we await the kick, Todd.
So Rio was able to block a PAT earlier in this game. Let's see if they can get another one here.
Snap. Good, hold good. Coming off of the edge for the Red Storm was Roderick Moss, or Alan Payne there, excuse me. Unfortunately, not able to get to it in time. The extra point is good. We'll keep it right here before the kickoff. University of Rio Grande trails 48-6, 5:39 remaining into the game. But again, we talked to Coach Thurston before this contest, and he said that he wanted to see one thing, the effort and the energy for his team to be where it needs to be. And I think it has been for the most part today, Todd.
It really has. And one thing that sticks out is it's like when the crowd's juiced and it's 0-0 game, or you're up 6-0 as Rio was early in this game. It's one thing to be really physical and play really hard then when you have all the reason to. But when you're down by 3 scores, 4 scores, 5 scores, and you're still doing it, that's where you look at the character and the culture of a program. That reflects very positively on the coaching staff. That's what I'm seeing today. So, yes, no one likes seeing 48-6 on one hand, but I think there are signs here for the long term that things are headed in the right direction.
Mariquin counting steps to kick it away here from his own 35. On the near side hash, he is kicked from the left hash all afternoon. Back deep for the Red Storm are Moore and Murray. It looks like Murray going to come away with it, trying to find a crease towards the far side. He may have one. He crosses the 30, now crosses the 40, still on his feet. He's at midfield. He's got room. He crosses the 35, 30-yard line. He fumbles the ball. And I think Defiance is going to come away with it, Todd, after all of that. The ball, yep, they do. Unfortunately, a huge return from Mylan Murray is all for naught after the fumble at the 23-yard line. A tough one there.
Heck of a return by Murray. Was patient with it, let his blocks develop, and saw the lane develop, and then cut back, stuck his foot in the ground, exploded upfield. You like the speed, how he's pulling away from everybody, and then, again, obviously ball security is big. You don't like to see the fumble there, but like on a macro level, you love to see that you've got a guy that's got the juice to give you a return like that. Unfortunately, your defense is back on the field now.
Unfortunately, the defense does step back onto the field. Like you said, though, nice flash from Murray there for just a moment, who has been a little bit up and down in the return game. But he's done some things. He's shown you some light and, well, a little bit of a building piece as we move throughout this season. Back on the field is the Yellow Jackets offense, tight end and an H to the left. Southall hands it off. That's number 26, Cameron Turner, on the carry. He's still on his feet. Picks up about 8 yards. And there's a flag flying in late as well.
So we're in a 48-6 game, and not only did Mylon Murray's return not affect the outcome of the game, but he also fumbled. But like the impact that can have as the season unfolds is you may have situations where teams are are reluctant to kick the ball to him. So maybe they have to squib, and so maybe you're taking over the 39, the 40, the 41 in that area every time because they're scared to kick to someone like that. So a play like that could pay dividends down the road for Rio, especially if he can put a few more plays like that on tape.
After the extracurricular activity, the ball's going to move forward to the Defiance 47-yard line, and that's where they'll set up shop on first down as we approach the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Southall hands it off, and that's Turner yet again. Not much going there for Turner. He's stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
So Dakari Reese and a bunch of his pals on defense playing well in that play. To me, if I'm Rio, I'm getting as many of my top line guys out of there now. This game's aside, they're in the last 5 minutes. You don't want anyone getting hurt now moving forward. You need those guys for the long season.
4.5 minutes to go here from Alumni Stadium. Defiance leading this game 48-6. Southall runs a little option, pitches it out there to Turner. Turner drags a Red Storm defender across the 45-yard line. And it's going to be close to a first down there. I think he's is he across? Just shy. Passing it around.
Brian Russ is flashing here. I know it's the game's aside, but like in that situation, he sheds a block and then shows some explosiveness in range to catch up to their back and make the tackle for a short gain, but still held him short of the first down.
Ball snapped to the man in motion after a huge hit there. That's Nick Buskey.
Buskey blitz came through unblocked and blew that play up early. That was a really nice play by him.
That was Jalen Warren, the twin brother of quarterback Jelani Warren. We haven't said his name a lot today.
So, again, this series had nothing to do with the outcome of the game, but you feel good about the defense stepping up with a stop there. Some things to build on, some nice plays there by that unit. And now get the offense back out there.
On to put it away is Marquin. He kicks it away. 2 flags down. Ball bounces inside the Red Storm 10-yard line. They're still letting it roll, and it's going to be down right inside the 3. Let's take a look at 3 flags here from 3 interesting spots on the field, Todd.
Whatever, it's 12 men on the field. There's something for that many officials to see the same thing at the same time from all over the field. Be interesting to see what the call is here.
We're taking a look here as they sort it out. It is an illegal substitution against the Red Storm, and that's a tough one there because that's going to give you a first down for Defiance. 4th and 5. The illegal substitution is a 5-yard penalty to put you just over that marker. And that's a killer for the Red Storm there.
That is, and that's one of, as a special teams unit, whenever you go into a game, 2 of your top goals, must-haves, are no turnovers and no penalties on special teams. And that's essentially both there because A, it's a penalty, and B, your offense was going to have the ball and they don't now. So it's effectively the same as a turnover.
Right at 3 minutes to go in this contest from Alumni Stadium. Ball snapped over the head. And just jumping on it, trying to jump on it, is quarterback Southall. No signal yet. I think Defiance is going to hang on to this football. They do.
So one good thing here and one concerning thing, I like how hard Rio's still playing defensively. These guys still care. They're not going to win the game, but they're still flying around and playing hard. Still like if you've got some key players defensively for Rio still on the field right now, and you've got a big enough roster, you've got backups. I think you give them more experience now and keep your top guys fresh.
Southall brings a man in motion, hands it off. That's number 19, Devion Williams. Near midfield. I think he's going to be dragged just a yard or 2 shy.
I think we're going to have the 2-minute timeout here coming up.
We are at the 2-minute warning. That's a great point. We're going to keep it right here for just a moment. 2 minutes to go in the game. Rio Grande trails the Yellow Jackets of Defiance College 48-6. But again, we've seen some good things. We've seen the effort. We've seen some big stands. It's not even like plays here or there. We've seen actual stands from this defense. We've seen good things from the offense, and I think there's something to build upon for Red Storm fans.
There is. I think you probably would say at this point that, yes, so on one hand, the defense turned loose the Defiance receiver 3 times for wide open touchdowns. But I think those are mental mistakes that are not easily correctable, but very doable to correct. And so I think you saw the most positive signs on defense and special teams. Offense is still a work in progress. They're all a work in progress, obviously, but I think offense, you would have liked to have seen more flashes in the last 3 quarters of this game than we have. But there's, at least now you've got some film, some live game action against a team with juniors and seniors. Remember that.
Yes.
And now there's going to be plenty of film to correct from and instruct from for the coaches in meetings and practice this coming week.
3rd and long here for the Yellow Jackets. 2 minutes to go in the game from Alumni Stadium. Ball snapped, handed off. That's Turner. Now that's Davis Lewis. And he breaks it out just over the 45-yard line of Rio Grande. He's back near the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 4th down.
So philosophically, like, obviously the game's aside, and there is a philosophy, a school of thought here where you might bring a block here to try to block this punt and just to give your future opponent something else to work on in practice, something else to focus on in practice. And they only have so many minutes and hours to practice every day, every week.
Ball snapped. Mariquin kicks it away. Fair catch call signaled for. And that is Michael Moore. A penalty flag flies in late. Could get some interference here. That's always a tricky one.
Where I was going with that is sometimes there's value in just showing something that keeps the opposing coaches up at night in future weeks.
Yeah.
To where let's say they have a 2-hour practice window and that's it. They can't exceed that window. So if they have to spend an extra 5 minutes working on something that you showed in special teams, that 5 minutes is taken from something else that they can't work on. So there's a school of thought in situations like these to show something that you may not even use later in the season, but you're still putting that in the back of the mind of your future opponents.
1:13 remaining here from Alumni Stadium. As the Red Storm offense takes the field, that's Aiden Ludoff out there for the Red Storm, even late in this game. Ball snapped. Ludoff trying to hand it off. He's able to hand it off. And that is handed off to Simi Joff Agunlie, but nothing able to get going there.
For whatever reason, that operation is just not quick enough or efficient enough, that center QB exchange. And so many times he's not getting out of there quickly enough. Aiden Ludoff, I'm referring to. And their Defiance blew the play off because of that. Like, a bunch of plays this game, there have been near big plays by Defiance immediately after the ball is snapped because of that. And so that's going to be something that has to be ironed out this coming week.
That's Joff Agunlie down there after the carry. We are going to step aside here and take just a quick break here and keep it right here. We're listening to Red Storm football on 96.7 WKOV. And we're back from Alumni Stadium here. Eric Landrum, Todd Worley, as we bring you the final minute of action here from the University of Rio Grande Red Storms. First game in 76 years. The offense is on the field being led by Aiden Ludoff. Clock ticking away here for the Red Storm in the week 1 of action. Following the runoff here, Just inside of 40 seconds, the Red Storm trail 48-6. On what could be the final snap of the game, I anticipate it will be. Ball snapped by Ludolf. He hands it off to Cartwright. Cartwright back to the original line of scrimmage in just under 20 seconds. I anticipate that one will do it for us here, Todd, as both teams begin to meet at midfield. The University of Rio Grande on August 30th, 2025, played football. And while it may not have gone the way that Red Storm fans hoped it would go, it is a vision that is now a reality for Red Storm faithful. 48-6 is our final score from Alumni Stadium. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds. We'll be back in just a moment with the Pregame CDJR halftime show, where we're going to hear, we hope to hear from Coach Thurston. He's got a long way to go to get up these stands at Alumni Stadium. He's got a lot of bodies to sort through to make his way up here, but we do hope to hear from head coach Mark Thurston on this historic day to close out our broadcast. Keep it right here, the Pregame CDJR postgame show, when we return.